the Jumbe Doctor, as you guys know me as, all right? And I have my good friend here with me tonight, Heru.
Good night, good night.
Yeah, a
Good night,
spiritual
everyone.
friend of mine. All right, guys, so let's build up the live. Once you're joining on the live, just please share up that live and just please press the like button, okay? Because tonight is going to be a special night. All right, because there's so many people going on a spiritual attack every day, more and more. So you have more questions and answers. So tonight, I have my good friend Nav here with me. So he can answer a few questions for you guys, all right? Jamaica, Wagwan, welcome in, man. Yeah, guys, as you join in, please share the live, all right? We have a special guest joining us tonight, Nav. So Nav, introduce yourself to the friends, fans, and family of this channel for me, please.
All right, well, a blessed night, everyone. So I'm Nav. You can just refer to me as Nav. Uh, I regard myself as a healer, a holistic healer, and I've been doing work of much like the kind of thing that the priest does, and I do this. Me and my wife, we do this work. We've been called to do a certain work, right? We work with spiritual energies. We call them other beings, angels, as some people refer to them, and we we receive a lot of knowledge from the angels. And
All right, Nav, hold on a minute,
in,
Nav. Guys, more somebody to comment and tell me if you guys hearing Nav loud and clear, all right? Go ahead, Nav.
all right. So tell me if you need me to adjust anything at all right?
Yeah, that's the volume a little bit low on my side. Yes, and not clearly. So
All right.
probably it's too far away from the phone.
Let me pull this tripod here a little closer. All right.
All right, yeah, them hearing you better now.
All right. Is that better?
Yeah.
All right. Good. So, as I say, I do work. We do work with the the angels, as people would call them, right? But we understand them to be intelligences, other forms of consciousness, deities. They are they are they are always there. They're assisting us, and it's if we're attentive, we'll be able to hear them. And I'm one of the many people, me and my wife, who are able to hear the angels, and we pay attention to what they're saying. And through doing so, we are given like a special set, a skill set for operating within the realms of spirit. And we do many sorts of work, from spiritual healing, spiritual reading, spiritual clearing, uh, re- rejuvenation, healing. We call that spiritual transformation, including the healing of the mind, the body, and the spirit. So it's holistic healing. So we may even get into talking about the health of the body and the role the body plays in helping one to grow their consciousness or to elevate their spiritual consciousness or their spiritual selves. All right.
All right. So now we get to realize that a lot of persons now going through spiritual attack. What do you think caused that?
All right. So there are a couple answers to that. I'm going to try to keep it short. The Bible refers to it as spiritual warfare. This is something very real. Spiritual warfare. I'm keeping it very short. That's what it is about. Many people understand what that term means, and we can leave it at that.
Okay. All right. So more you walk me through a little bit about family curse. How does family curse work?
a family curse, a generational curse.
Yeah.
So these are works of magic that were done many hundred years ago, many centuries ago. The conflict, age-old conflict between what we'd call the Babylonian Empire and the black people. The reason why slavery all began and so forth. It goes way back. Generational curses was made purposely to obstruct black people in their spiritual evolution. Not specifically black people, but as you can see, history will show that blacks were the most suppressed by Babylonian works of Babylonian and evil powers within that that family, that lineage, who today are the royalty and those who oversee and make sure that everything goes according to their plans. So generational curses, I would say, comes mainly from that force on earth who works for darkness and who uses witchcraft and magic in order to control and obstruct the minds of man to lead them astray, lead them into destruction. And there's many reasons why they do that.
All right, now. So someone say, what are the signs that there is spirit around you?
All right. So not everyone is sensitive to these things. So there are 5 stages of possession, or 5 stages of entity level interference, right? At 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 stage one, at level one, it's unnoticeable, almost unnoticeable. Many people will not notice this. I would say the whole world right now has level one at least everyone. I would say everyone is at stage one where they have some form of spiritual entity or energy around them. Because as I say, the physical world is inside of the spiritual world. Many people think of the spiritual world as something out there and far away. It's not far away. Think of it this way: the physical world is inside of the spiritual world, and therefore the spirit world is inside of earth. It's commingled, it's together with us. And again, to the level of sensitivity of a person, they can detect these kind of energy and say a spirit is around me. No, most people are familiar with seers, psychics. Those people are called very sensitive people in terms of their what people refer to as their third eye, or their energy, their consciousness is able to pick up on these things. But for the ordinary person, stage one up to stage three is completely unnoticeable. It's usually stage four when people realize there's something going on. This is where stage three begins, where you're having sleep paralysis and you're having terror attacks, nightmares, and so forth, so forth. If you have general spirits moving around you, you you might be able to tell from the usual goose pimples, your head raised, hot flashes, confusion, disorientation, a host of symptoms. You can look out for these in yourself. Irritability, not always, but these are some of the indicators. Trust me, there's a whole host going up to level 5. Because as I said, there's 5 levels of possession. At stage 4, you're guaranteed going to be able to tell. Everyone will be able to tell that, because at this level, you're having dementia-like symptoms. They say you're going mad. It's like you start losing head. You start become extremely forgetful. You start becoming either extremely angry, or you have extreme addiction to something, unable to break a pharma cycle. At that point, um, you have guaranteed the nightmares would have increased to almost every night. You'd have been weak, tired, can't go work. You probably can't move. You probably feel like your life, you don't know where your life is. It's just darkness, black. You can't do anything, nothing happening for you, stagnation. At stage 4, most people know say something all right.
All right,
And then
Nav.
stage 5 is where people that consider the possession, the
All
foaming
right,
from the
Nav.
mouth, the epilepsy. Yes, go ahead.
All right, someone said there is nothing such as dopey and spirits?
Uh, Although I would like to, I could give a response to
Yeah,
that, but
just
I
give me the
think
simplest answer.
there is no simple answer to a person that does not understand the nature of reality. In a sense, a person like that is almost an atheist in their view and understanding, right? So I would say this. I was an atheist. I did not believe in ghosts, spirits, demons, or any of that sort. I was legitimately an atheist. Um, I'm a, let me put it this way. In the world, I am learned in the sense of science. I'm very versed in science. Very versed in science. I can teach physics to a degree that one would regard that as, whoa, that is they know nothing about that. And the thing about it is, spirituality today is something that is backed by the most advanced sciences, physics of our day. String theory, quantum physics, quantum mechanics, all of those things are sciences that support the existence of a spirit world. Books like The Spirit Molecule, um, listen to that term, the spirit molecule. Who writes a book? He's a physicist, and he writes a book called The Spirit Molecule. There's another one called uh, The God Code, also written by a physicist. I could go on. There's no simple answer to this, but I would just say to that person, well, you're in a world by yourself. You're living in a world by yourself, and that's okay. I'm not here to bash anyone. If they don't believe in that, then
I
no
just saw it go.
comments.
All right, so now
I just saw it
we
go.
have
Right.
more. We have a lot of persons on the program where they might go through a lot of things, right? Spiritual
Mm-hmm.
warfare, and every night we come, we talk about with up reality, right? But we have more question and answer over here. You understand? So we are gonna take a couple calls. So we want some people to call in now and ask now. All right, hold on. I could take that call here. Hello? All right, you have to turn off the gadget in your background, brother, please.
Yeah, man, my turn it off.
All right.
Yeah, Nav, I mean, can you hear me properly?
Yes,
Now, you
man, I'm
hearing him
hearing you.
properly? Now, you hearing him?
I'm hearing you. Go ahead. I'm
Yeah, go
hearing him.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, the question I'm have to ask you now is when you say an animal, because I've seen an animal before, you know, it look like a one dog. It look just like a one dog, but I don't know, maybe just have a feeling like when I'm looking at him eye, it look more like a human or something intelligent, you know, you don't look more like it's not an animal, you don't look like a human being or probably used to be a human being. You have any experience of what that thing might be?
All right. So there's a number of things that is going on here, depending on the nature what you're picking up on. So how am I describe this? There are there's an evolution happening today where things are evolving. Consciousness is evolving. There's not. I'm trying to figure out as I'm answering your question how to put it. But let's put it this: the animals are evolving. So are we. There's something happening today in the world, and you'll be able to see in animals' eye a living consciousness, a spirit that is alive, it's intelligent. If you notice our animals today, how intelligent. Many of videos we're watching today, see how clever animals are? That level of intelligence
Yeah.
was not around at one point. Um, there's many things that I can say, but is this a dream you're telling me about?
No, it wasn't a dream, you know. You know, say in real life, you know, I go through some terrible thing in my life, you know. lot of witchcraft. Like, I believe my grandmother and my mother was mixed up in a lot of... That's an assumption. I know they're mixed up in a witchcraft, but because me grown now as a man, I know say them evil. I tell myself say probably, they mix up in some wicked obia where them do to people. However, me as a person, myself, never like wickedness in a no shape, way, in our farm. Even if you're a gunman and you have gonna kill people, I'm not afraid of you, man. We still broke your neck. So I've never been afraid of anything other than to go against God's will. Never break and bone. But I've done a lot of dangerous things, wicked and evil and dreadful things in defense of my own life. So after a while, when gunman fail to kill me more than 20 times, like about 20 attempts to kill me, live shooting where spirits hold on for me, may I run there hold on for me.
All right, I don't mean to cut you.
I don't mean to. Whatever them do to me, save my life.
All right. I don't mean to cut you, but you have a question in there.
Yeah, so basically, me go through whole heap of shooting, whole heap of them thing there. So after a while, when they get afraid now, me see frog. Me see one frog come one night, me dey burn some weed one night. And me out, because I'm alone, me not have no gang. I just me by myself, but me I fight gangs. And me out at night time. Because I forget my place. I see a frog, they walk. We might walk on in 4 foot them. They might walk kind of like how a crocodile would walk, a crocodile up tall and walk. Yeah, so him walk like how the crocodile walk. Then when he get near to me, him start dance. Literally. They dance. We might do something that is impossible. So I don't think that is a frog, because a frog cannot dance. So I tell myself, say, I don't know what. I don't know if it's a spirit or may I see him. I don't know if it's an actual frog.
Hold on. I don't.
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
So what's your name? What's your name, sir? Tell me your name.
My name is Sheldon.
Sheldon. All right, you don't mind me asking. Sorry. Sheldon, I don't mean to take away from your experience. I don't mean to take away from your experience, right, regarding your story, but I've seen a frog dance too. All right. I wouldn't say it depends. It depends though. However, it depends on to what degree what you saw, right? What I saw was a frog rocking back and forth. It could be for me. I was the frog looked like him a dance, but it depends on what you see, how unbelievable it was for you. All right.
No,
but I can't really give a comment to that.
What me was dancing. 2 steps to the left, 2 steps to the right, then 1 2 1 2. It is impossible for a normal frog to do what him do. Him go sideways, like 2 steps to the left, 2 steps to the right, and him do it in a rhythm, and him change the rhythm, and him conscious of what him a do. Him a do it to see how me a go react.
Well,
but me not react by running away, because like me say,
you're a witness to what you're a witness to.
Do something that is evil. So if me see a living rolling calf, me not gonna necessarily run.
All right, Sheldon.
Because me just think that God love me and God protect me. So through me things that God guide over me, me not run front up.
All right.
That was an ancestral spirit.
Yeah. So Sheldon, maybe someone else.
Let me tell you another one. To make you get a more vivid idea where me I come from. Another occasion, I sit down in front of me yard, some bush in front of me yard. Like I say, a war place we live in. Not far ago, and people are dead. So me sit down across the road in the bush, but me have my things still. So I saw a little brown dog, a little mongrel dog. He might come from down in the bush, one cemetery down there, so like place named Bogue. So there's a whole cemetery down at Bogue. So anyway, one shortcut there from Bogue, from the cemetery lead, comes straight up to Pit 4. Them time the whole place never developed it, so there was a lot of bush. And the dog come straight up to me, and then him sit down and just look for me. But because me have enough experience, me know it wasn't a dog. So I ask him, say, what I want. And then in my mind, you don't come like your own thought. But me learn a lot. So in my mind, it's like him would say, oh, me know, say, I know mad, me they mad. Which is a good question. You know, it could be a normal dog and you talk to the dog, so you would be a madman. But the dog asked me a very good question in my mind. How me know say I know mad, me a mad? Anyway, we did have a big house with big place, big old dirty pit bull. So I have 4 pit bull.
Yeah.
And I say, okay, if I'm mad, me I'm mad, you are got dead. So I let out 4 pit bull them pan him. I'm a 4 pit bull them turn idiot. Just get crazy, insane, and run gone in a 4 different direction. Murder a dog, me I tell about it, even if it was a lion, I'm gonna attack him. So all of my dog them run gone left me. And then when I go back over there, it's like in my mind, he must say to me, say, you know, say your dog them a fool and run gone. And me said to him with my mouth, say, the question was, oh, you know, say I'm mad, they're mad. If me did them mad, you would be dead. You get the point what I make?
I get the point you're making. Yes, man.
Dog, they would have killed him. They would have run from him.
I understand you. So my wife is here. All right, so let me tell you, my wife is here. My wife is here saying you have a lot of ancestral spirit around you. You hear it, Michelle? Then so my wife is here. She as my wife is here saying you have a lot of ancestral spirit around you. So my wife is best able to answer that question, right? Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So spirits communicate through animals, right? And if you have ancestral spirits around you, if the ancestors walk with you, you will have them, they'll attempt to reach out to you through animals, right? Cats, bird, dogs, butterfly, just about anything. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So hold on. So my wife is here and she's feeling into your energy right now and she's saying that you've got 4 ancestral spirit with you.
One a top of it, one below,
All right. 4 of them. Okay. One for your head. One.
You know, problem I did have now is I've had a lot of bad experience with people who I know that spiritual, people who I've never seen in my life, and they can tell me things that like you cannot guess. The things that are happening in my life not normal, so nobody can guess for my life. For my life, literally come like a movie, literally. So nobody couldn't guess my life because it is too extreme. Yet, me people who read me perfectly, and they're not of God. Like after that, me find out say them evil, and it kind of just turn me off.
Exactly.
You know,
that's what people need to know. That's an important.
You know, from finding out anything. You know them way.
Right. That's an important point you're making there, because it's not everyone. How I put this? Everyone have the potential to use their inner faculties, their inner potential, powers, abilities. Right. We have extra senses, and those senses belong to the spirit and the mind. Right. And when we learn about our spirit and our mind, we can learn how to tap into things, how to tune into things. All right, and anybody can develop this quality. It's not special. Anybody else, put it this way: if you find God, the only way a person is gonna find God is through those developed senses of the mind. But when those senses develop, you can also you see everything. You see the good and the bad. You can hear demons. You can hear fallen angels, and you can hear the angels. You can tune your ears into anything. You can see whatever you want to see. This is legitimately I'm talking about. So the Obeah man and the voodoo man and the witch doctor and those qualities, all they're doing is they're using their natural talent for evil, because power over others They love that feeling of a power over others, right?
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. But to be honest, sometimes, alright, you saw my liquor. Me used to have one terrible nightmare. Terrible nightmare. It was so terrible even when me awake, because my father used to tell me. I tell about when me young, I can't remember when me a 3-year old, I can't remember when my mother used to carry me upon her back and I couldn't walk, because me did too liquor. I swear to God, me can't remember. And me used to have a terrible nightmare. And even when me wake up and my father lift me up and I say, oh, Shana, pat my back, me could have still hear like the sounds from the nightmare. I could still hear the sounds from the nightmare. And my mother did carry me go, oh, yeah, man. And the reason why I thought these things is not to bring down anyone, is to shine light. Someone else that has an experience to know that, yo, I'm not mad on another day. So the spirit world go. Anyway, then they carry me go, oh, yeah, man. And then they push one funnel down my throat and throw some white liquid in them. I don't know what, man. I did liquor picnic. And after them do that, the nightmares did stop. However, when me turn about 21, me did there England. I get into some trouble. Me end up in a jail. And when me there jail, me have the same nightmare. Where then did carry me go up there, man, go get rid of. You know what the nightmare was? I was in the Vietnam War. You hear what I said there?
Repeat that.
The nightmare that I used to have
Repeat
when I
that.
was a child, that they took me to an Obeah and get rid of the nightmare, and I couldn't remember what it was. When I was 21 years old, when I became a man, I had the nightmare again. And it was the Vietnam War. Me did it at the War of Vietnam. You hear me?
I understand you. I understand you.
You remember the loud noise when I said there was a loud noise, because I couldn't remember what it was. I just know said then it said up it did dep on me. So I did accept that. But when I have the dream again, I was a child. We did a plant rice. And one helicopter come around the corner because a place full of water and mountainside. If you know Vietnam look, and a rice paddy with it there. When me a 3-year-old, me never have known TV. Me born 1979. The first TV me get in my house was a colored TV about 1987. When me did have the nightmare there at 3 years old, I had no knowledge of what Vietnam would look like. I wouldn't know what an Apache helicopter look like, an Apache gunship, the green on them. There would be no way for me to have such a vivid imagination of Vietnam if I wasn't there. So the nightmare where them carry me go be a man to get rid of. It was a PTSD, like post-traumatic stress syndrome. Basically, you get that after you go through a war. The only difference is the war in 1974. I'm about 1979. So the only thing I can think for cause that to happen to me is reincarnation. What do you think about reincarnation?
Well, yes, that's part of the teaching. That's part of the knowledge that we have people. We help people understand, right? Right. Okay. So if I'll comment more. So we've had many lifetimes. Let me put it this way, so to kind of shake some people up. The very last, the reincarnation is not only just real, but our ancestors, or who we consider our ancestors, are literally us right now, the same people that live in the times of great distresses and great wars in the past. That's us. So you're living again and again and again. There are reasons why this is happening, and for those who don't understand this, this is because it's not something that's in the Bible anymore. Put it that way, without going into too much. It's not something in the Bible anymore, because those powers that want to enslave humanity can have humanity understand certain things. If that was in the Bible and people were to understand that, there would be the psychology, the consciousness would be different. We would operate differently because of that knowledge. That's very crucial. It's very important for people to understand that they're going to live again. And the knowledge that you're going to live again give you a certain responsibility and understanding. It give you a certain responsibility for the planet and for society. Because if we ruin society, we're coming back again to live in a world that we ruined. And if we were to understand that, it would make us more responsible. But no, for the most part, most of us is irresponsible. We really don't care too much about the world or what happens in the world. We don't care about the violence. We don't do what we should be doing in order to end certain suffering. And that's specific. Removing that from the Bible accomplish that. We lose love, and we lose unity because of that piece of knowledge. We really understand that, hey, we need to live in love, because if we create mess and war and trouble and a toxic world, we're going to come back into it again. And then what goes around comes around. So some people who do certain things and think that they escape it because they died. They say, no man, dead went too easy for him. No, the laws says what goes around comes around. So if you think he's passed away, no, he's coming back again, and the records are written. What was done, and he must experience what he did. Whatever he caused another person to experience, he shall experience it. So if he rape a woman, he's gonna be a woman in that lifetime when we gets raped. The specific laws will govern these things, right? Um, so reincarnation is legitimate. I have my own experiences and of that. In some ways, what you've said parallel some of my own experiences, because I went through a revelation of coming into to what I understand today and being able to do what I'm able to do today. So I would say that you've got certain special talents and gifts working for you, and if you pay attention to them and learn how to activate your consciousness, learn how to enter into your spirit, you'll be able to unlock more for yourself.
Okay. Okay. And one final question, mechanic, somebody else calling. Have you ever heard of anyone like anything you touch shock? Like even if it's not supposed to shock, like when electric charge come out there, like enough time I touch something and no current in that, but it's still shock. You ever heard of that before?
Yes, I've heard of that, but I've heard of it in different instances. Different. It depends on the context. Depends on the context. So for you, I wouldn't be able to say for you why that is happening, right? But let's tell you the two ways under which a person could be shocked by touching something. You could be a person that is building up excess charge, right? If your body is building up excess charge, it could mean that your body is absorbing electric energy, and whenever you touch something, that energy is being grounded real quick, happens fast. So you feel a little zap or a shock. But if you touch it the second time, it doesn't shock you, right? Obviously, if you touch it the second time and it's shocking, it means that whatever you're touching is shocking, and you need to get an electrician. All right, but and then there's static electricity. So you may touch something and it may shock you from static current. But if you notice this happens routinely, body might be building up charge or storing up energy. And in Chinese philosophy, they call this chi, prana, reiki. This is an energy that I work with too as
Okay.
well. And it does feel like current. It feels like an electric shock. Um, this will happen from time to
Okay.
time. You'll touch or come into contact, even with probably you touch a tree, and you may swear a tree shock you, right? Or you touch an animal and you feel an electric current. Usually when you touch something living, or maybe a metal of a conductive metal,
Yeah.
you feel that current. this could mean many things. You would have to dig into it and probably investigate it to find out which one it is, what exactly it is.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for that. I think probably it's a charge that below because I touch the phone, I touch a share, I touch the car or anything with metal. Especially if I walk barefoot on the carpet.
Yeah.
So probably it's a charge my below.
Like barefoot on the carpet.
All right. Blessings, brother. Make a next man calling. Give thanks.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much for calling.
Yes, man. Much respect. Blessings.
Yeah, man. Blessings.
All right. Nav.
Yes.
Love by God say why does people when you wake up you forget your dream? What caused that?
All right. So the main reason is a lack of energy, a lack of spiritual energy. Prana, chi, low energy, low vitality. So your spirit is weak, and that could be caused from multiple reasons. The most fundamental reasons would be your diet, eating too late at night, eating the wrong food. There are certain foods that interfere with the processes of the spirit at night. At night, the spirit comes into the body and do maintenance work, right? Not exactly, but as that spirit is inside the body, your consciousness experience other dimensions, what you'd call the dream world. So that spirit is working inside your body. If that spirit is obstructed from in the head as it comes in through the head, what we'd call your crown chakra, right? The head opens up right there in the top of your head. Crown chakra, right? And it must descend into the mind's eye, the third eye. And that's where you experience dreams and you experience the spirit world because you experience the other dimensions right through the mind's eyes. And again, for people who are more Christian minded, I can also tell them that the Bible makes many reference to the eye that is single.
All right. Now we look like we have a lot of persons on the program where I work with JPS, because a lot of persons that comment and say the shock happened to them.
Wow. Wow. Well, what I can say to people, let me say this again, since it's such a curious matter. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'm just gonna say it. I just have to speak my truth. All right. It's left to whoever want to believe it or not. But I work in it. I work with energy. I work with Reiki, and I work with magnetic currents from the palms, energy from the palms. Right. The healing hands, as one would call. This ability is to be called the laying on of the hands. You direct energy. Chinese call it chi or prana. Multiple terms are words for it, but it's a legitimate current that once it enters into the body and it builds up and it's strong enough, if you know how to take care of that energy, you can use it to heal, right? And if there are certain points, or people call meridians, or chakra points on the body where those points become sensitive and they'll actually shock you by bumping them or tapping them. You feel a real, like a shock, like it's pronounced kind of shock, a zap, or sometimes like a jolt, a bolt. I've definitely experienced these kind of energies before. So there's a lot that could be said about that.
All right. So guys, we want to take a couple more calls so you can call in and interact, ask and have your question. All right. So the number is 876-235-0641. All right. So you can call me on WhatsApp and ask and have your question. All right. So Nav, hold on. Aisha said to ask you about sex demons, how dangerous it is for a demon to have sex with a woman.
Okay, so this is a question that I answered in our last video, right, Omar?
Yeah.
Right. So this is very dangerous, of course, because as I say, the spirit comes into the body. The mind, body, and spirit are as one. So whatever enters into your body enters into your spirit and your mind simultaneously. Mind, body, spirit. Remember the three. This is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So divinity is within us. Us, we are God. The spirit in us is the spirit of God, and it is our spirit. That spirit keeps us alive. That is the living force of us. It's a life force. It's the same energy that, as I'm talking about, that builds up in us. When that energy builds up in us, that same energy can be used to give life, to speak life, right? Give you powers of the tongues. You may speak things into existence. Your words become powerful. Your thoughts become powerful, and and you start to be able to do things that people would say a Jesus can do that, or a Jesus alone they know. Um, Miracles, in a sense, you can become a miracle worker as the spirit enters the body. How much spirit does one have in their body? As the spirit of God comes in, and if you know how to invite that spirit of God, the force, in steadily, consistently, and nurture and take care of that force will grow into a power inside of you. And hence why demons and spirits are attracted to people, are attracted to us. If you have spirit, that force is valuable, and there are many things that want that energy. And one of the
All right,
main
now,
way.
me go take another call.
All right, go ahead.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, you hearing me?
Yeah.
Yeah, hearing you.
Yeah, go ahead. You're
You're on
live.
the live right now?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to be on the live. I'll call you back.
All right. All right, now, that person doesn't want to be on the live. That person want to talk to me, all right? All right, hold on. Yeah, so finish answering about the sex demon for me now, please, because a lot of ladies out there worried about this thing that is happening to them.
All right. So as I was explaining, we have an energy part of us. All people, everyone, every creation is mind, body, and spirit. And it's the spirit component that is important to understand why a demon, why a spirit wants to have sex with you, want to rape you, as a matter of fact, and to steal from you, because that's what they're doing. They're taking your spirit, they're feeding on your spirit. You're losing, consequently, you're losing your soul. Your soul is shrinking because they're feeding on you. It's vampirism. It's the stories of vampires. I refer to them as psychic vampires. A lot of occult texts refer to them as vampires, psychic vampires, and there are different kinds. Um, these vampires have the lustful side that they steal energy, they steal spirit force from you through having sex with you, because they want that orgasm, they want that orgasmic force. The energy that creates life is in us, and when we have an orgasm, that is the purpose to create that two force from the man and the woman that creates life. It's a two spirit, female spirit and a male spirit. The energy of them is in us. That spirit, that force comes from God, and that is the force that keeps us alive. Right? That is the force that is within us. That is the force that causes us to evolve. And as I say, the purpose of us is to evolve into angels. That's the best way I can put it. There's a purpose to all of life, and the greatest purpose is to grow and to evolve. The next level of evolution for man, talking about reincarnation and evolution, coming from, I want to draw this out, but the energy that causes us to evolve and to grow and to become closer to God and to oneness, to nature, and to love, and everything, abundance, to be given the keys, the doors to a greater life, to greater living, to possibly immortality, and possibly to control how one reincarnates. Is that force is what demons want to feed on. They're feeding on that like crazy. Like all the spiritual warfare is about this energy. War is about energy. It's about spirit. It's a spiritual warfare. What is being warred over? Spirit. The force of spirit. They need to feed on your spirit. Vampires feed on our spirit. That's what demons want. They want nothing else from us but to terrorize us in our dreams and while we are awake, in whatever means possible. The man of witchcraft and voodoo, they work for spirit. Spirit is what they want. Why do they do evil? They want more spirit. Because the more spirit they have, they strengthen themselves. Spirit is power, spirit is strength. Uh, and I refer to it as a current. Spirit is a current, it's a force, and it's also a force where there are other beings in another frequency, another spectrum, another dimension, another domain. We call it in the spirit world. Many levels to the spirit world, but particularly one level of the spirit world are these entities that feed on spirit force, the force that keeps us alive, keeps us healthy, happy, keep us in love.
All right, Nav. So
All right.
we see that you have a lot of answers to that question, but we're gonna hold some of them for tonight. All right. So
Yes,
unknown,
man.
say me to ask you, unknown, say to ask you, what happened after death? What is the bright light just people see near to death?
You don't actually die.
Yeah, because that's a transition. So let me put it this way: when the spirit is moving out of the body, because the spirit world is a current. Literally, it's a current. This is where we're talking about the zaps and the shocks. Everything go hand in hand. You're gonna notice that I'm able to tie everything. Everything goes together. So spirit is a current, and that current you can feel, and especially when you die, you will feel that current. And especially when you die, you will see that current. And it appears first as a light, just white, because that inner eye has not seen that light in such a long time that it's when it gets used to seeing that white light, then that white light will slowly turn into the image of the spirit world. It will transition and be able to see. Now this doesn't happen for everyone, because those who have no spirit cannot see the light. They're dark, they're in darkness, and they belong in the lower worlds.
Hold
Not
on,
that I'm
don't run
saying
fast,
that
don't
they
Nav, hold on, don't run
go ahead.
past that. What do you mean those that don't have any spirit?
Well, if you're losing your spirit, as I say, if demons are feeding on you and you are mistreating your spirit, mistreating your energy, and gaining karma and creating sin, you're descending into darkness, you're losing spirit. Those who have no spirit is in darkness, and you're going to go to the dark world. You don't see a light when you die, you just appear in darkness. Certainly, there's a quality of light that is there, but they don't experience a bright light.
Okay. All right,
So
guys. So
what happens when you die? What happens when you die is a little different for everyone, depending on the level of spirit that you have.
okay. All right, guys. So the phone line is now open. You can call, right, and ask Nav your question. When there's an answer, you'll get the answer. All right. So the number is 876-235-0641. That's the number to call. So Nav, me want to know now because you know we talk a lot of dopey reality over on this channel. Right?
I notice,
All
man.
right.
I love the discussions,
Yeah, and
bringing
so
awareness.
sometimes we talk about it and you have people over there saying we're talking nonsense, or people say, you understand? But every man have their own opinion. All right, so do you think that
Mhm.
it is possible for a Obia man or a voodoo man to go to a grave and take up the spirit and put it on another human being?
But this happens all the time. This is well written and documented. This is something that has been written and written and written time and time again in
Exactly.
books. There are so many places where this is written, right? It would be shocking people how
Mm-hmm.
easy they can get their hands on dark magic. You can get your hands on white magic, and I implore you to get your hands on white magic, as there's white magic for healing. White magic is for healing, right? And for learning about the spiritual world and for learning about ourselves. Some people uh, don't understand the term how I use magic, but if it's not a term that you should be afraid of. Magic exists whether we want it to or not. And I think in our last video I said that No one can escape using magic because magic is a faculty of your mind. And Chinese call this mind powerful, the mind powerful. This is legitimate. And the mind is especially powerful for those who have power, who have energy, who have the force. All right. So, of course, a voodoo man now having power, having energy, because he's stealing energy. Number one, he sends his spirits out to harass people and to steal their energy and to bring it back to them. That's what a voodoo man does. A voodoo man steals energy, spiritual force, right? Not all of them, not many of them know the techniques. There are varying degrees of people who understand black magic or the black art. But this is well written about. It's well understood. It's just for us to understand that this is real, and we need to understand these things to protect ourselves from spiritual warfare. Because spiritual warfare is on a spiritual level and it is on a physical level.
Okay. All right. Someone have asked you now, what should you do when a loved one die in your home? Like the person that did the hospital and dead in the bed in the house.
It depends. If the person lived at the house versus, and it depends if the person was under witchcraft, and it depends if the person was ill, very ill, before they died. They were ill for a long time before they died, and it depends if they had some form of they carried some form of heavy spirit. The heavier that person's spirit was, the the more I think the person is getting to of whether that person is going to stick around or not. So we put it this way: if your spirit is heavy, and to the degree of how heavy that spirit is, meaning that a spirit becomes heavy when it doesn't have any energy. The more energy, the more spiritual forces within a person, the lighter you're going to be. Therefore, when you pass away, you see light and you tend to move into the light. If your spirit heavy, you tend to move into the lower world. And the lower world is kind of close to earth, very much close to earth. There are certain parts of the lower world that is very, very close to earth. And so evil spirits roam around, and spirits that are lost, spirits that were sick, spirits that were under witchcraft, and really I should be saying this soul in most cases, right? Uh, it depends. It really depends.
All right. So now the next question I want to ask you, because me know this happen to a lot of people, because a lot of persons call me on the channel phone and say, Empire, we are walk in a broad daylight, right? There is no post there and there is no post there, like, and they still feel like trouble back tie up them face. What caused that now?
Ah, this is something that is becoming very common because there's a merging happening today. The reason why spiritual warfare is becoming so increased today is because of the spirit world is literally coming closer to the physical world. There's a merging happening where one is becoming the other. Those entities and demons are becoming closer in proximity to us. And so are their forces, the forces of the spirit world. Now, cobwebs is one of them that I've noticed. I can attest to that for real. That cobwebs will you feel cobwebs. These are like nets. This is energy, right? And they are there for nefarious reasons, and they're caused by entities, caused by witchcraft. Because the obeah man has many tactics, many tricks to which people don't know about, right? And we're not even just talking about the Obeah right now, because I would refer to some of the greatest black magicians on the planet, sorcerers, great sorcerers on the planet. I'm not giving them, I'm not giving them any credit by saying great. I'm just saying great in terms of the severity of their magic and spell, because they do broad casting spells magic that can go out, and sometimes you go out like a web. and it does go out like a web. I can't speak for every instances, right? But there's legitimacy to this, and therefore nefarious purposes, evil intents.
All right. So now, what if a person die as a result of spirit of witchcraft, right? But the person don't dead in the house, you know, but the attack start at the house.
So the attack started at the house.
Yeah, but the person did
And the
not die at the
person,
house.
okay. So the person lived at the house then.
Yeah, and them work witchcraft on the
All right.
person.
All right. So let me put it this way: the house that a person lives in with their heavy spirit, right, or with that heavy spirit, it changes the space, the very space inside that house, the spiritual space. Remember, I said that the spirit, the physical world is inside of the spirit world.
Yeah.
So as we're walking around, our body is inside of a spiritual space. Our emotions, spiritual space, right? And what happens is if a person has witchcraft on them, right, and they're in that space, we have an atmosphere, right? The area around us is our spiritual atmosphere. The energy, the witchcraft, let's say there's a witchcraft on us, right? Or for anybody for that matter. In your aura, your personal field around you, it is clouded. It does have a dark energy, right? And whatever space you dwell in the most would have absorbed that energy, that spiritual energy. This is why when you're doing spiritual clearing, you don't just clear the person. The house has to be cleared too. And anyone else that was inside of that house. Because that spiritual energy will spill over. It's like a contamination. So a person with witchcraft or their spirit had a heavy spirit, living inside a house for a very long time, when they pass away, right? Their spirit will still be lingering in that house.
Okay. Well, I just hope the people them up on the channel understand certain things what go on now. So the phone line is open, guys. You can call in and ask Nav any question. Nav, well, I'm say a comment a while ago. Let me get back to that comment. Oh, Good Life PUBG say be a cowboy back cover him face. All if somebody a walk in front of him, the cowboy them still a reach him.
I wonder how this. So when it first started, cause this was happening to me as well. Again, this is something I can attest to. And you wake up at night and get up out of your bed and your face hit cobwebs, and you search for the cobwebs and there's none, right? And you walk through doors and so forth and there are these cobwebs. You're under. This is a form of spiritual harassment because they're laying energy into you. They are laying an energy onto you. It's an energy. It's
All
just
right,
an
now
energy that is
hold
being
that
laid
little bit
onto
now.
you.
Hold that little bit. We could take another call.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Hello? 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 This caller, it has a connect. Hold on, connecting. Hold on. All right, caller, hang up and call back. Well, Good Life, I just want me to know. Never try to explain it the best way. So if couple but tie you up, brother, I don't know how you do the Nancy them. Hello? Hello?
Oh, I guess I should add that
Hey,
bit to it.
Empire.
Yeah, man, welcome to the program.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been trying to call him for a couple of days, but I wasn't getting any response. I'm calling from overseas.
Okay. Well, we're on the live right now. You know you're live, right?
Yeah, I've been watching live since you guys started. I've been watching it.
Yeah.
So I
I have a question to ask. So I came here in the US back in 2006, 2005, somewhere there. Because I'm traveling, I was up in a farm program, and then in 2011,
it's breaking up on my end.
I stayed.
Yeah, talk up a little louder for me, please, brother. Talk up a little louder for me, please.
Hold on, let me call you. Okay. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Right.
Okay, yeah. So I was saying I was traveling back and forth on the farm program for a couple of years, and in 2011 I decided to stay. So, but before I leave the program, I was telling one of my friends that I'm gonna leave. So he said he came to my bed in my room there things the day before I leave, and said he got a dream, seeing me on the plane, in the plane on the runway, but the plane wasn't taking off the usual way. Instead, it was going backwards down in a ditch. And so from that, I came here. I just going through a whole lot of stuff. I've been getting dreams with snakes, like trying to attack me. And I think it's another dream. Two lizards, one green lizard and another one. I think the other one was like, I don't know if it was black or if it was just a regular color lizard, but the lizards were big and the snakes were like, you want to attack me. And I don't know. From that, it just issues with me. I'll be getting dreams, seeing me back home, got deported, and all kind of stuff with me, yo. Everything is just backward.
Never go try if you answer your question. Go ahead now.
I have to say that I did not hear a question.
All right. Him travel the farm work back and forth. All right.
Yeah.
But when he was about to leave to go to foreign, one of my friend come on bedside and tell him that him dream seeing him on the runway in the plane, but the plane wasn't taking off the normal way. Instead, the plane was going back way down into a ditch. And from him reach a foreign, him a dream snakes, I try if he attack him, and them something.
And it's just like things not going right with me right now. Just things just it's like sometimes when I save money, it's just like I save the money for a while and I have it for a while, and after that, once I go into the first time, it's just gone. And me, I'm not like a person that spends like that. That's not me. I buy mostly what I need, not what I want, and it's just issues.
All right, now I'm gonna answer your question now. Go ahead now.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, when I was a kid, I can remember when I was a kid. That does that same thing you're talking about witchcraft. So people used to always see me on the road and they keep passing in my head over and over and over and over. So one day, after they did that to me, one person did that to me, my head feels cold. So I was like, oh, my head feels cold. So I put a book in my head. It was like spit, like somebody literally spit in the hand and then rub it in my head, but I don't know what happened. And trust me, I have a hard time in school. My kids go growing up, I have a very hard time in school. Trust me.
Okay. All right. So my wife is saying that it's definitely witchcraft, and what she's seeing in the spirit is them placing spirits inside. Where is that? Inside his head? Head, neck. And side. So hold on.
I can't read properly. The phone system, it's like the phone system is not it's not clear. I don't know what happened if it's your side or my side, but I can't hear him properly. I don't know why.
The internet, now your internet freezing up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not properly. I don't know what's going on with it. It's just not working properly. I can't hear him properly.
I'm talking right now. You hear me, Omar?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now.
All right. So I'm just gonna repeat the answer. So I'm gonna repeat that. Again, my wife is here, and she's listening to the program, and ever so often she gives them input. But because of the nature of your question, she wants you to know that she sees you in the spirit world. She sees them putting spirits inside your head, your neck, and your side. So this is witchcraft.
We lose that caller now because we not hear him clearly. I don't know what going on.
Yeah, but if I'm
Well, if he's
listening,
listening to the program, he can.
his neck is tied up.
His neck. So my wife is saying your neck is tied up. All right.
Hold on. Him calling back. We
Your-
take the call. Hello?
Yeah, it's the same person. I don't know what happened, but for some reason I can hear you very clearly, but I can't hear him properly. It's like it's just the call is it's not clear.
All right, go ahead now, Nav.
Anyway,
Go ahead, Nav.
All right. Are you hearing me? Let me make sure that he's hearing me.
Carla, whatever you're doing, the phone will make beer noise. Something not right for your end. Like something knocking at the phone.
okay. All right.
Yeah, go ahead now, Nav.
Yeah, I can hear you. So I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. You said your wife see me like bone like something that I said I put it aside. That's what you said. Yeah.
Right. So again, my wife, you'd consider her as a psychic or maybe as a seer, right? But she has a lot of spirit, and she communicates with
Yeah.
um, the angels.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Receive revelation. We can receive messages, and can happen in real time, like you stand up talking to someone, and as you're here talking, she's list from your just the sound of she can know who you are. I can tell things about you because in the spirit world, you're not far away from us. You're right there. A person can touch your spirit from anywhere they are. Like they can hold my hand out like that, and they can touch your spirit. Not even hold my hand out. In this in the spirit world,
Yeah.
there's no space between anything, right? So that works a witchcraft like this. They work the witchcraft from a distance, and the distance, and just because your spirit and can come in contact with your spirit.
Yeah.
So so how long? So but let me hear your next question now that I've said that.
No, I tell him that his main concern is not the money. The spirit inside of him. The spirit on him. That's right now.
I try
But the most
get my
most
paper,
crucial thing
my
about him is
paperwork,
that there's
and
spirit
my first
inside
wife,
of him.
she
But
messed me up, and it just I've been trying for maybe like about 5 6 years now.
been trying my paperwork, and it's just one big trouble with me right now with me and the system over here. I should go to court sometime soon. I don't know what that's gonna be. I might get deported. I don't know. So I don't know if something can be done to clear me up from all these. Because like I said, where I was from, where I'm from, just evil people all over in that area. So what you said that your wife picking up, I don't disbelieve her because all the people, well, I won't say all of them, but most of the people in the area right now where I'm from, that's all they do, trying to keep young people kids, and that's all they do. So I don't know if something that can be done that your wife can maybe I can talk to you on a one-to-one call on WhatsApp after the live sometime in this week or whenever you're available, and we can talk more in details if it's possible.
Now, all right, Carla. And for some reason, I don't know what happened to the internet because now the internet are freeze, so him not hear properly. You understand? So I'll give you a contact to him, all right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna give it a if you want, you can text about this can text it tomorrow.
Yeah, we can't just me text on this number.
All right, I appreciate that.
All right. All right, Nav, your internet freezing up. Guys, my side freezing up, or is just Nav? For some reason, the internet keep freezing up on your side, Nav.
On my side. All right, let me give a check to this.
Nav, you there? Well, we don't know what going to come like the spirit them interfere with the internet tonight. Jaja know. All right. Somebody comment and tell me you're still hearing me. Yeah, Nav, welcome back.
All right. So I just refreshed the internet. I hope that solved the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's okay now. All right, Nav.
Right.
So with this brother that just called, right? We say a spirit a time up. They might use witchcraft.
Right. So especially to one side of his body. There's the attack is more concentrated on one side of his body. But my wife can see that he's bound at the neck, and they can see a spirit being put into his head, right, and one into his side. Obviously, this is a very short reading. This is just what my wife is picking up and seeing right now. But again, he can contact us. We'll see. We'll see what we can do. We'll see if we can help.
All right. So now him say money not stay with him. He say as he make the money gone.
All right. All right. So, of course, this is going to be one of the the consequences of witchcraft, because whatever you're working towards, whatever you're investing in, you have to invest your own energy into it, right? If you achieve money, it's because you invested something. No one receives anything without giving something, right? And this is even true for someone who steals. You've given something and just don't realize what you've given. But in any sense, his when you have no energy, which witchcraft is, the purpose of witchcraft is to steal your energy. The main purpose of witchcraft is to steal your energy. He attempts to steal all your energy, right? So whatever you're working towards, whatever you're investing in, it's not going to work because you have no energy. You're not going to be able to keep it. It will come very close to you. Sometimes you have it, but then you lose it. And sometimes you lose things in your life that you already have because you need a certain amount of energy in order to have certain things. This is There's many ways I can answer. This is a rather complex matter about how the magic itself works. But long story short,
All right,
you're
hold on now. Let me address something. Daniel, let me tell you.
mm,
Nobody on this program asking any money from anyone to do any reading or anything like that. So don't come over here, come talk about scamming. No, me back from the channel. All right? Please and thanks. If you don't have nothing good for comment, brother, just don't comment. All right? Because no one over here asks anyone for any money to do any reading. See? So just please, me I beg you, don't make me have to block you from the channel. All right, go ahead now.
We don't charge.
right,
We don't charge.
right, because we don't charge money for what we do.
None at
People should
all.
understand that we don't charge money. We don't deal in money in this sort of work, right?
Nothing hurt
So
anyone.
to go back to that question, when you have witchcraft aims to steal from us spiritually, and you need that spiritual energy in order to work for you. Whenever you're working, it is your mind, your emotions, your thoughts, what it is what you want, your desire. You in order to be to have in order to want something, you have to have the energy to want. An emotion of I want is a question of am I gonna get that? Right? Or can you receive that? So ask and you shall receive. Even if you don't, so put it this way. Anything that anyone acquires or works towards, they have to give energy to it. Your emotions and your thoughts and your feelings, you're giving something to it. Right? If witchcraft is stealing that energy from you, you don't have any energy. And so you can't make things come to you. Your thoughts weak. Your thoughts can't work for you. You're state of bewilderment, right? There's many other symptoms. These are the symptoms of witchcraft now, which we talk a lot about the symptoms of witchcraft.
All
And
right,
you definitely
Nicola,
notice them in
Nicola.
your dreams.
Now, Nicola says she can get a reading.
All right, so this is the thing now with going live, because then everyone is going to want a reading, and it is not possible for us to to give everyone a reading,
On a reading,
right?
yeah. That
Sorry,
is
But
it.
excuse
what
them.
so what I will say is we want to help as much people as we can, but the way the reason why I'm the one speaking and not my wife is the one that is able to read like very clearly, very good, right? The reason why I'm the one that is mainly giving the talk is because I want people to understand that they can help themselves,
Right.
and I can provide people with the knowledge for helping themselves. This is not about one person having abilities and having gifts and you want a reading from them, right? Certainly, we'll help as many people as we can, but people need to understand how to go to that source themselves. And we call that how to find this. Hence why it's called soil warfare. There's a war, there's conflict, and one needs to understand how to defend themselves. You can't depend on someone else to protect you. You have to learn how to defend yourself. They are tools given to us. They are prayers given to us. It's a mind given to us. Emotions given to us. We have the Spirit of God. We need to learn how to utilize that Spirit of God. Learn how to call upon the Spirit of God. The Spirit of God is in us. We utilize that force. We move that force. We command that force. But that force can also be stolen, can be taken. And evil tries takes this force from us. All right. So
All right,
for
so
the
now,
person that wants, Mhm. Yes, go
now,
ahead, Omar.
all right.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
Miss Green said, is it true that having sex with someone, your body can be used as a portal?
Yes,
Yes,
definitely.
definitely, absolutely. That's one of the easiest way you'll get tangled up. As someone has witchcraft, a person that sleeps with a and then they immediately conduct that energy. because as I said, the spirit in us, the energy in us, it immediately gets it moves across it. How I put this? Why we exchange energy and spirit. Sex happens in the spirit. So sex happens physically, but the energy that we're feeling in our body, that current that reaches the point of the orgasm. Now, if you're understanding what I'm saying and how all of this is fitting together, there's a current in us, and you most definitely feel that current in lovemaking and in the sexual act. That current is the spirit, and that spirit dwells especially in our sexual area. We call this the sacral chakra, right? And that chakra is governs, it's a doorway, the gateway into our spirit. So the eyes are the windows to the soul, but there are other windows too. And they probably one of the most powerful opening portal into our spirit is our sex region. Sex is for the exchange of the spirit.
For the person who
Try it again.
the person who wanted to
All right, so I dropped out. I dropped out there.
Yeah, you're back now.
All right.
so
I don't know how long I dropped out. So I don't know what was heard or at what point I got disconnected.
Yeah, you were telling us about the portal.
Okay, so it seems as if I've been dropped out a while. Let me go over that again. So sex happens in the spirit. All right. Whenever we're having sex, it's happening in the spirit. And when when we're exchanging with someone, we're exchanging their spirit, one spirit for the other. You're mixing spirit and darkness, witchcraft, and all sort of stuff is in a person's spirit. Sex with them, and consequently, this is going to result in a soul tie.
Okay.
There's a lot more I
Every,
could there's a lot more that could be said on that. So let's see more questions then.
all right now. So,
person.
well, everybody want a reading enough. We have to go line up the program of the night and just give
No,
Well,
not Nicole. The girl that said Nicole is
a
all
couple
right. So
readings.
my wife, so the person that asked about that said they wanted a reading.
Nicole.
That was what? That
What?
was Nicole.
Yeah, Nicola.
Was that Nicole? All right. So my wife is saying something about Nicole. What are you saying? Hon?
Miscarriages.
Miscarriages,
Hold on,
or
don't say that more.
abortion,
Now, don't say that more. Nicole, who want you comment and tell me if you have any miscarriage before?
or abortions.
Nicole, where are you? Yes, she said yes.
Yeah.
Yes to which one, Nicole?
I'm getting a headache. I get headache.
Well, that she has a few people in her life
Mm-hmm.
that our partner might be linked with few more other people. It can depend on what she wants to hear because there are things that the whole
All right. So
thing.
my wife is explaining to me what is going on. What is going on? All right.
Yeah.
There are few people that are involved in her life,
Uh-huh.
but that the importance of having sex with a person that has multiple partners can be disruptive in her spirit. So it can be the soft or we don't really want to get
Uh-huh.
people.
Yeah, you can call. She
Okay.
said if you can call now.
If
Yeah,
she
you
can
can
call,
go
well,
ahead
she
and
can
call
call.
now. Yeah, you can call in and talk to now. All right, so the number is 876-235-0641. So you can call in right now. She says she's currently pregnant right now, Nav.
After she had multiple miscarriages. I
All
mean,
right.
as in two miscarriages.
All right.
And I think
So that she said that she had miscarriages or abortions.
both, both of them.
She got call in, man.
Both of them. All right. So we'll wait for her to call in
Hello?
then.
You have to turn off the device where you listen to the program, pan, all right? So if you're listening from a TV or your phone, you have to turn it off.
Okay, good night, Empire. How are you?
Not bad, you?
I'm okay. I made a mistake when I typed. Yes, I was typing so fast because my heart is beating so fast. Just to clarify, I've never had a miscarriage and I've never done an abortion. I'm pregnant for the first time, and the amount of fight that I'm getting from my own family right now, that I just don't even know where to start.
Where's miscarriages? But you might have gotten pregnant and didn't know.
So what was the gentleman
Okay.
wife saying?
Hold on, you might talk to her.
Right. All right. So
There's events where a person
hold
can
on.
get pregnant where they don't know and they have a miscarriage or they're not aware of it.
All right.
We're
So
seeing
there are
two
instances,
spirits.
right? So there are instances where when you're under attack, there are instances you can be having miscarriages and you don't even realize. So we're trying to explain that your situation has to do with the attack that you're under and the miscarriage that you're having. You've had miscarriages. We're letting you know.
Because they're saying that she had
Oh, wow. You know, it's possible, but medically,
Uh,
from a doctor's point of view, I've
Four.
never had to go into a doctor where they
Okay.
confirm. So I
So
know I've
she's
had in the
saying
past, like,
she's
really
saying
heavy
as much as
periods and
4.
really bad cramps. But in terms of a doctor confirming it or me knowing myself, I've not been aware of it.
Okay.
But to tell you the truth, a couple years ago, I live in Jamaica and I live in New York. I'm currently back in New York now. And I was in New York a couple years ago, and a lady just randomly stopped me and told me that I must be careful of certain family member because they're trying to practice voodoo or beyond me, so I can't have any kids. And she told me that when I have kids, she eventually told me that I was gonna get pregnant, but when I get pregnant, I must not tell any of the older female family members who all know, thanks to my father, that I'm pregnant. She told me not to tell anybody that I'm pregnant. And you see, ever since they found out that I'm pregnant, the dreams that I've been getting, my little sister is trying to write it off. And I don't care who watched the live and recognize my voice because I'm not telling no lies on anybody. My little sister keep trying to tell me it's because I'm pregnant, I'm having all these dreams and stuff. But I literally dreams of ghosts attacking me, half awake, half asleep, family members. Like, I just don't know what to do. My eyes swell up so bad right now that I'm
All
even
right.
losing
So
vision in
so
one of my
so
eye.
so tell me your name. Go ahead with your name.
My name is
Yes.
Nicola.
All right, Nicola. So Nicola, my
Yes,
wife is
sir.
reporting she sees many miscarriages for you. She's letting you know that you've had a lot of miscarriages. So as you can see, those
Wow.
statements go hand in hand. You're saying that someone threatened to make it so that you cannot have children. And my wife is very good at what she does, and she's saying that you've had many miscarriages. And we can also
Wow.
report that you're under a sort of attack. You're under witchcraft.
one specific family member and there's additional people that were there. Three additional persons that were there.
I can't hear you, sir.
Hold on, him soon talk to you, Nicole. Hold on.
Come on,
She has been.
she has been pregnant before.
Hmm,
She has lost
I say. Well, am I breaking up?
No, go ahead, man.
No, I can hear
Okay.
you, sir.
All right. So, did you get the part where? All right, hold on. Let me put my phone on silent here.
Oh
All
God.
right. So, did you hear the part where I said to you that my wife sees multiple
Yes,
miscarriages? You've heard that.
Yes,
and
I heard that
she's
part. That was
I'm
the last
saying
thing I
that
heard.
all right, and that goes hand in hand with what you just explained regarding whoever is working this against you. Um, you just tell and explain a story about how what
Somebody wanted to
someone
demolish
wanted to
your
make you what
barren and didn't want to get
barren
pregnant.
or make it so that you cannot have children.
Yes,
All right,
yes, just
That
so I
was
could take care of their kid.
right,
all right.
exactly.
So such a witchcraft is in place, and such a witchcraft is still going on.
Right.
So what? So
There
what are you
are
saying, Alan?
there are 4 persons involved. There
All
are
right,
three to our left and one that is our immediate family.
three to our left.
Sorry?
Three to our
One
left.
is an immediate. So my wife is saying there's an immediate family involved, and
And then 3 more other persons
and
that are
three more
consistent
people.
upon these other persons. Let me see which one. That's one female.
So there's a number of people.
3 female.
Wow.
One
Three
three
female,
female and one male. Yeah.
three female, and one male.
Okay.
That's
Wow.
as much as we can say about that for
The
now.
the three female them come together because it seems like they know each other.
Oh, the three
And
female.
because they
She's saying the three
circle,
female know each other.
they
They've come
circle.
together.
Yes, because they circle all 3 females together. It means that these 3 females know each other.
All right. So this is
Right.
something where they come together and did. Anything else about the guy?
Wow.
So Nicola, you have any idea about those 3 females?
I have an idea, and the one male, I have an idea.
Oh, wow.
It could be my very own father. I would put it past him. And he knows how my
Very own
family is, and
father.
I told him I was pregnant, and I told him not to tell nobody and not to tell a specific person, and he went and told that specific person that I was pregnant. And that's how everybody now know that I'm pregnant in the family, people that I don't even want to even know.
Nicola is bound, She's bound.
Hmm.
Nicola is bound by witchcraft as well.
Wow. So my
She's
wife,
serious.
my wife says to tell you that there is serious witchcraft and that she sees you bound,
Wrapped
wrapped
up like a mommy.
up like a mummy, like a cocoon.
Wow.
Ask her if
Oh,
anything has to
Jesus.
do with
I'm going to have to do some major praying.
Gotcha.
It's been going on for years. Years it's been going on for.
where she also lives.
All right, hold on there. My wife is saying something more. She's saying something else.
You're showing me where she lives as well.
It's showing you where she lives.
Right, yeah.
Okay, something about where you live.
Ask her if there's any conflict over where she lives right now. Because I see
It has to do with the conflict about where you live.
something about the property. Something
I'm sorry?
property.
Something about the a conflict. So you want to say something on?
Okay, hold on. Let me see. There's a cloud of
I
blanket
can
over.
barely hear you, sir.
Hold on. I'm coming
Hold
to you,
on,
Nicola.
hold on.
Okay.
All right. So my wife is reading into the energy, but sometimes the energy is
Thick,
thick or
dense.
dense. She have to clear away some of that energy, like start clearing away some of the debris before she can see what is going on.
Say that again, sir?
So my wife is trying to read into your energy or read into the situation, but the energy is very thick. It is dense. All right.
Tell her that over her, she's binded by a fallen angel, and it's like a blanket covered over her. She's bound from head to toe,
Mm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay. So my wife is reporting that she sees you bound from head to toe, right?
And then she has a blanket. A blanket is over her, like a cover over, like a sheet of darkness, a thick. How do I
Oh,
explain
okay.
that?
Okay. So
Yes.
so this is heavy stuff. So you want what you wanna do?
Yeah, I want
You wanna
to.
work with her?
Yes, you can call me.
All right. So Amar, you can send her the number as well, because this is something that's gonna have to go into a deeper reading. All right. Definitely
All
a
right.
deeper reading for this.
All right, sir.
All right.
So
I
Nicole, I'm
wish we
gonna
could
send
give
you
you
the number, all
more.
right?
Right. I wish
And
I could give you more.
just to let the fans them know, no one is asking for any donation, any money
No,
to do
there's no
any
money
reading, all
attached.
right? It's absolutely
Right.
free. All right? So we don't want anyone to be texting over here about no scamming because there's no money involved. If you want a reading, I'm gonna give you the number, it's absolutely free. All right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Tell them
All
that
right.
we're here to change how things happen because we
Right.
don't speak, we don't pay for spiritualism, we
So
don't pay for
what we
reading.
want people to understand is that we're here to uplift, right? We're here to give knowledge, and we're here to assist with the problem with spiritual warfare. We're here purposely to have people understand spiritual warfare and how to protect themselves, how to heal themselves, and how to use that knowledge to heal their friends and their we can't be ignorant and fight a war. We have to understand the war that we're fighting today. And it is literally a war.
All right. So Nicole, get back to the live, all right? I'm gonna send you the number in a few. Yeah. All right, guys. So everyone who did a follow Empire TV, I don't know if you remember a couple months ago, I tell you say, I go a bush go look about me animal them and the lady tell me say she see spirit all round. And me did promise to no a vlog with her. Right? So she's right here tonight with Nav. That's Nav wife. Understand? And she give me a reading and trust me, everything accurate. Accurate. When I say accurate, I mean 100% accurate. See? So they decide to empire. We have the knowledge where we can help people to clear witchcraft and them something that for them. And guess what? It's absolutely free. See, nobody don't want a donation, nobody don't want a money. It's just absolutely free. All right. So we want to take some more calls. So the number is 876. Don't be afraid to call in and get a reading. All right. 876 235 0641.
This
All
is
right. So
about
you
the
can
reading
call
now.
in and get a reading. All right. So we
Not
are gonna take
everybody
Nav. We are
can
gonna
read.
take cause Nav. I know
Yes,
you're
go
a
ahead,
very
man.
busy man, so I'm not gonna keep you all night. So guys, we're gonna take 5 more calls, all right? So 5 person we want a reading, just call in right now and you get a reading.
All right.
All right?
All right. Let me see. What time is it? 9:30. Five more sounds like
Yeah,
a good 11 o'clock.
yeah. All right. So we have another caller here now. Hold on. Hello?
Yes, man. Go ahead.
Hello, caller, go ahead.
Hi, good night.
Good night.
How are you? Good
Hello.
night,
Good night.
Nav. Good night, Nav
Good night. Good
wife.
night.
I
Good night.
I've been watching your program for a while now, and my name is Stephanie. I've been battling with my mental health for years now, but I'm not sure if it's just that, if it's just my mental health, or if it's some kind of witchcraft. Because no matter how I'm happy, it can't seem to last. No matter how I'm at peace, it can't last. Something has to happen to like knock me. No matter how me get up and stand up, it's like some always have to knock me back down. I'm just one who walk on with me. Because a years now me I go through this. And everybody I tell me, oh, you're strong, you can't get over it. Fight, fight, fight. And me do that. I know God there with me and God stand up for me, but sometimes it's so hard. I'm just want to know what is it? What really are going with me? Even I cut myself. I almost cut my wrist.
Yeah, let's try to cut your wrist.
Yeah, I cut this day. I'm just at my wits end. I have 6 beautiful kids.
All
and I
right,
want to
so
be
hold on,
able
Tiffany.
to
Hold on,
keep it.
Tiffany. All right, go ahead now.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a beautiful question.
right? And this is something that you've had for years. You're carrying traumas from very small, from your young, and
Yeah.
I know the cause. Right, I know what the cause is. I'm not gonna say anything right now because it's a matter that we'll discuss. But I know the cause of that.
Some of these things you want to discuss
Right.
privately with them.
So this is something that we'd have to discuss privately.
But
But
let's
just
move on.
I'm not hearing
we
you
know what the,
properly.
All
I'm
right.
not.
Tiffany him said this is something we're not going to talk about private, all right?
right. We
Okay.
can
Okay.
there's some elements of it we can talk about right now, right?
All right, go
But
ahead now.
so there are elements of what she's dealing with that we can talk about now. But for the most part, this is, I can't say specifically witchcraft, but in a sense, it works that way because there's a doorway open. There's a curse involved. Now, there's a difference between a curse and a witchcraft. A curse is something that is like a debt, or like you you open a door was open that wasn't supposed to be opened, right? A curse can be something like an evil eye, or bad mind, or negative energy, certain forces which we ourselves wield using
Yeah,
our mind and our thoughts. Are you hearing me?
yeah, go ahead now.
Sucking energy from her body from ground up. It's like her energy is being pulled out of her head. She's losing energy to her head.
I'm not hearing.
Just hold on, Carla.
All right, hold on. My wife is indicating to me.
There's a force coming out of her head.
Yeah.
Literally, the energy comes through her head instead of, the person be depleted downwards. She's been depleted upwards.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And because there's an entity that is attached to her head, and it is making itself like this, spiraling all around her from her
Wow.
top of her head down to her bottom.
Wow.
So
What?
this is
So what is the cause of that? All right. So let me tell you what I've learned so far based on what my wife has said. She's able to see you, and there's what is it? A fallen angel, maybe?
it's an
We haven't
entity
confirmed yet, but there's an entity involved
that
in
is attached to her
that is
head
attached to your
that is
head,
pulling out the
and it
energy
is
from her.
feeding from you, from your head. It's pulling energy, force, life force. If I don't know if you're early in the program where I was talking about the spiritual force in
It's
us
feeding on her
and why
spirit.
entities would want to feed on us. There are different kinds of spiritual entities that feed on our spirit. And the one that you're encountering or dealing with is the one that sits on top of your head. It wraps itself around you all the way down to your feet, down to our feet, hon. You're saying?
Yes,
And it draws energy, pulls your life force
through her head.
from you through your head.
Like this one.
And
But
she's
normally,
saying it's the first she's seeing this particular entity.
yes, it pulls from the head up.
She's never seen this entity before. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you.
Okay, good. So for on our side, this is definitely something we would want to learn more about, because we are studying ourselves. We're studying what's happening and the various kinds, because we don't know all of the entities, all of the spiritual um, attacks and how these things work. So we are learning about this ourselves. But this is not witchcraft. There's a curse involved, however, and I say this: witchcraft is different from a curse, and a curse opened the door to this entity, and now you're subsequently dealing with the consequences of this. But we'd have to go into a deeper reading in order to get more information on what's happening.
Disorientation, faintish.
So when have
Feeling
you
like
ever
she's in a
felt
dream,
faintish
like
or fainty?
she's
Faint
not
like?
real, like she's not feeling like she's actually real. Like she get up out of a dream and she still feels like she's within a dream, still in a dream state. You understand?
Alright.
So, but there's this smoke, very thick liquid-like motion of an entity moving around her top of her head, all over, and then it's making its way upwards and downwards. So these entities, it lives in her aura. So
it lives in her aura.
it lives in her aura. So everything that she sees is through the eyes of this entity. It's like the whole.
All right, so this is a revelation here. Tiffany, yes, you're hearing us?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Yes.
All right, so I was just listening to my wife describe what your circumstance is, and again, it's a unique circumstance. It's not something we've come across before. We've done a number of these readings. We've been doing this a very long time, and it's the first we're seeing this particular condition. So we can't give you too much comments yet. Of course, there's a curse involved. These things can be healed for everyone. What people need to understand, it can't be so bad that you can't be healed, right? Healing. This is why we're here. We're here to help people understand and to help one heal.
Tell Tiffany that she also sends her thoughts to this entity because there's a thought projection that are going on, and she's feeding the energy with certain thoughts. So no matter how bad it is, try to stay as positive as possible because she's feeding
So
it.
Tiffany, so you're
Yes,
hearing me?
yes.
So the fear that you're dealing with in this situation, this circumstance, you need to combat that fear with prayer.
Yeah.
You understand? You need to find
Yes,
it.
I understand.
Right. You need to find it. You need to find that spirit that we're talking about. You need to find that divine spirit. You need to believe that you can, and believe that you are worthy. All right? Because you're dealing with a lot of unworthiness, and it's hard for the spirit to reach you when you're dealing with unworthiness, because unworthiness closes us off. Right? So your mind, your thoughts of your thoughts and your feelings in trying to reach spirit, pure spirit, God spirit is important. All right? So you have to believe that there is a force or a spirit that loves you and is there for you, and that you can call on that force, that spirit, and call on it to eliminate fear and unworthiness and and bitterness, but most definitely unworthiness. All right.
Okay.
But tell her to pass on the number so we can talk to her.
And Omar, brother, pass. You can send her the our number. You can send
Definitely.
her a number. All right. We'll continue
All right, all right,
to work with
Tiffany.
her.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
All right, the other callers, where the call, you can call now. All right. So now, thank you and your wife again, and brother.
Yes, man. Anytime.
No problem.
Anytime.
Yeah, man,
Again, we
all right, we have another caller right now. Hello, good night.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, night. Where are you calling from,
Hello.
brother?
Hi, it's Jamar. I'm calling from New York.
Calling from New York.
Yeah.
All right, big up the whole of New York in our building. Navia,
Yes,
are you here,
sir.
Jamar?
Big up Jamaica. Huh?
All right, go ahead, Jamar.
Okay, so uh, the reason why I'm calling is like I feel like it's some kind of like bad energy following me. Like I try and like I keep to myself. I stay out people way, and even though I'm doing that, it's like people
Ready.
still try to come and interfere with me and like trying to start problems with me. And I don't know why. You know, it's like an obsession. Like I feel like you know they kind. I don't think there's anybody like in a group together like planning and doing anything, but it's just like these random, but it's just everyday, constant, nonstop, and I don't know what I'm doing to attract this type of energy to me. You know? Hello?
Yeah, man, I hear you.
Yes, man, I'm
Yes,
hearing
sir.
you.
You can go and talk to me.
I'm hearing you.
What's his name again?
Yeah, repeat your name for me.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm asking your name.
My name is Jamar Walters.
You hear that?
Oh,
Now?
Jamar.
Okay, so you're not
Jamar, all right.
You're not leaving to me.
Uh-huh.
Just first
All right. So you don't have to give your full name. No, you don't have no full names. Just a first name is all right,
That's the
or a
first
name
name.
that you go by, and even an
Yes.
alias is okay.
Huh?
I say a
I
first
can't
name
really hear.
is a first name is sufficient, or even an alias will do.
Yeah.
So Jamar.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Jamar, we are here alone and clear, man. Hold on.
Okay.
Go ahead,
So
Nav.
I mean, I heard what he said, but see, I'm gonna wait for this one. I'm just gonna wait for what my wife has to say because
But
it seems as if
what kind of guidance does he want in the meeting?
right. Because let me ask you this: what kind of guidance you want in the meantime? My wife is gonna look into certain things for you, but what kind of guidance really you're looking for?
I just wanted to know if there's any bad spirits on or is that the reason why like it's attracting negative people to me, or people that trying to like start problems for nothing, and it's so petty. I don't know.
Oh, you're talking like probably like legal issues.
No. Like just conflict, drama.
Mm. Well, I'm not able to give an answer right now on that matter.
What I'm seeing surrounding
But
Jamar
let me
is
hear
a
what
lot
my wife
of
has to say.
karmic energy that surrounds him, a lot of karma surrounds
That's a karma. Okay,
him. A lot of
so
karma surrounds
so my wife says a lot of karma.
and these karmas cause
Karma.
spirits to attach to him, right?
Right.
So karma doesn't necessarily mean that him do something bad. These are they are karmic seeds. You have to explain
So
to him,
karmic seeds.
right? You have to explain to him
Okay.
what is karmic seeds
So
and
my wife says your situation has to do with what we refer to as karma or karmic seeds. No, let's put it this way: they are forces in us. However, way they got there, there are many forces in them. And as I said, there are forces in your thoughts, and there are forces of the emotions. Your thoughts go out into the world and it causes things to happen. For example, if you believe, say, if you have a belief, if you have a negative belief, let's talk about negative beliefs. For example, if you believe, say, people, nobody not like you. If some people say, people always trouble me wherever I go, or people always harass me, or me always getting a trouble or in a problem with people. That we call that a karmic seed or a karma, and that karma means that your mind created.
And in circumstances create
literally,
right
because
now.
the mind affects your mind affects your reality. If you hear the concepts of law of attraction being talked about today, you ever hear of that term, the law of attraction?
Yes,
You
yes,
know,
sir. Okay, I understand what your wife is saying. And can I give another answer to the question that you asked me earlier about guidance? How do I um like is there a way for me to get like a gift, like to like get it to be to do work like you guys are doing, like able to provide
Of course you can. That's it.
services
That's the
like this
whole.
for
That's the
people?
whole.
Like I don't know how I can't do what your wife can do, but is there a way for me to learn how to do it?
yes, absolutely. And I will be starting a channel of my own in order to teach this when in a short while. And this is exactly why I'm here. Because I learned this.
Yes, sir.
I've learned a lot, right? I've learned a lot on how to do what. So let me put it this way. I can teach a common person how to get in touch and how to use their own spirit and how to communicate using their mind and their spirit. How to get knowledge. You can gain knowledge and information, and there's quite a number of things you can do utilizing your own abilities. Right? We can teach that. If you hear people talking about the third eye, right? So we'll talk about things like that. I will teach about things like that. But like in this setting, that's not really something we can talk about. No, but certainly you stay in touch, right? You stay in touch. You follow up the channel with Omar. When I start my channel, Omar will be the first one to know, and so
Ask
you
him
will
about his.
also know.
Ask him about his mother.
Yes, sir. Definitely, and I'm gonna follow for sure.
All right, so my wife is saying to ask you about asking my what
His mother.
about your mom.
There is something that is going on there between
My
him
mom.
She says she says one of your main karma. What
There's
is it? You call it one of the
well,
main
it's not the
karma.
karma. There's two family members that are attached to him. One is his
I'm
mother. The
sorry.
other
Can you repeat that?
Okay, so my
somebody
wife is saying that so we talk about karma, right? Sometimes when we have conflicts with people, this is something that happens fairly common. When you have conflicts with people, really like conflict that bring up feelings of hate, right? Between you and that person, a thread is formed, like a tie. We call them thread. That means an energetic thread or a link between you and that person is formed because you and them are fight. The spirit world will know a fight, and then the spirit that can be seen as a thread, a link. Now we talk about um, ties like happening through sex, but ties can also happen through forces of hatred, grit emotions. Ties can happen. You can have ties that are loving ties, right? Loving unions. So it's an energetic thread, and that thread is a thread of love and bonding, right? And you can also have those kind of threads and bondings of hate, of jealousy, right? These can be forces that come at you. You have a lot of threads and cords,
I,
and these
I
threads
think
and cords
let me
are.
just say this right now. I
All right,
think
hold on.
Jamar's problem or his situation is that he has too much attachment to too much too many people. Right now he wants to cut ties with them, but
Hmm.
it's not easy because there's
Oh,
investment,
oh
there are
my
things that
God.
I see.
you hear that.
You're hearing that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't have to repeat then. That's good.
So there's too many people that are involved in his life right now, and he needs to cut ties. There's two family members right now that he wants to cut ties with. That
Yeah,
is like they're on him like a leash. They're sucked onto him. They're actually on him,
yeah.
right? And it's like it's just more people overall on him, and he just
Uh-huh.
I think that is his main problem. Too many. I think he's a yes person, too much of a yes person, and he get himself in a lot of
Oh
problems.
my
But this is why I say that
God.
karmic seeds because he's causing karmic around him by involving in too much interaction with too many different people. In Pakistan, I see him very busy, too much people. So what he needs to do, he
Uh,
needs to cut ties. Like no matter what it is, no matter what it involves, and you know what I'm talking about with Jamar, you need to cut those ties right now. Cut
Right.
them. You know
Right.
that they're not good for you. Cut them, and this is your revelation. This is what you
Wow.
need to do.
Thank you so much.
All right. All right, as you can see, so my wife does the reading. She's the one that is
And he has
really
been
able to
suffering from
tune in.
heartbreak. He has he right now what he's suffering from right now is tremendous heartbreak over something that some
Oh,
fortune.
okay. A major turn in his life.
Yeah.
Mm, okay.
Yeah, those people, I never thought that they would hurt me the way that they did.
Yes, and the thing is
And
that he wants a new beginning,
Yeah.
but there's a particular person in his life right now that prevent him from having a new beginning.
Who is
And
that? That's a mom, maybe?
I don't know. This person is a woman,
It's a
but
woman.
it's a family member.
yeah,
It seems like it's a family
I
member.
don't want to say who it is, but I know who you're talking
All
about.
Yes.
It's
right.
not my mom though.
Is that your mom? Okay. But it
No,
seems like a
no, it's
mother
not my
figure
mom.
though. But he wants to cut
She's
ties
like
with
a
this
mother figure
person.
to me though.
All
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
And it's getting involved. I love that.
Yeah. But
I'm
I
glad.
see the sun in your favor. But I see a case court in the past. There was some legal issues in the past.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. Some
Whoa.
legal issues in the past.
Okay. Yeah, it was over an apartment, an eviction thing.
Yes.
I,
Yeah.
I don't want to get into it, but
Okay, we don't have to go because there's more I would like to tell you, but I don't want to be reading out publicly about these things because I'm also seeing you really desperately need a new beginning. That's your problem. You need a new beginning.
Right.
And
And
you
in
need to
order to
cut
have
ties.
that, you have to cut ties
You have
because,
to cut ties and
as we say,
the dependence.
dependence, right?
Right.
So,
Right.
as I was talking about, when you these connections that you have, right, with other people, these are multiple threads and cords. With everybody that are latched onto you with multiple threads, there, it drains your spirit. It drains you. As you can see, there's many ways in which we can
Yeah, I
lose
see you in a
energy.
very busy room with a lot of
For
people.
some, it could be through witchcraft. By some, it could just be overwork, or you're just giving all you've got.
Yeah, he's a yes person. This is why.
And so
That's why.
consequently, you
Consequently,
drain
yeah.
yourself of energy. So you
Right.
need to shield your energy. And I do know that a lot of people have this
Tied up.
condition
He's
as
tied
well.
up with other people's
They're unable to say no, and they
responsibility.
feel
Right.
responsible for are obligated to
Mm-hmm.
other people and what they want and
Yeah,
how things should
that's the
work.
thing, is it that he feels obligated to a lot
Mhm.
of people.
So you need to cut these threads. In the spirit, they are literal threads and cords. We'll talk about how to do things like that later, right? We talk about burning sage, burning aromatic substances, right? There are some of these ways to there are different ways to do it. Some of the most powerful ways to do it is to use your own mind, and we're going to talk about this. We're going to teach people how to use their mind and how to work in the spirit world with their minds. And you can cut these threads yourself. So one don't necessarily have to go writing of spells and magic and lighting of candle and doing a go away spell or a break
Some
tie
people just
spell.
tell people
They
no.
just need
That's
to
it.
say no. On a physical level, you say no. And on a spiritual level, which is your mind, your person, you see connection between you and them. You see that thread, and you cut that thread. And you do this multiple times in your mind. Cut that thread. Almost every night before bed. Cut that thread. And in the physical level, you start saying no.
That woman is a very that woman that I'm seeing is a domineering woman.
narcissist.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
dominant,
Uh-huh.
like a overbearing person. Gives instruction,
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
and she basically
Um.
is on him.
This is. Huh?
Uh-huh. All right. So you're hearing that?
This is confirmation that I'm on the right path. Like I know this is the way that I wanted to go, but because it's family, I didn't want to let it go. But the fact that
Okay.
the wife nailed it, and like what y'all saying, is like literally the way that I know like what I have to do. I know like like there's no other way. Like I tried to say, oh, I can work. Even though I will love you from a distance, we could still talk and be but it not after hearing what your wife said.
Yeah.
It's no talking. It's better we just you stay over where you gotta stay, and I stay where I'm at. We're good.
Yes,
All right.
that's it. Yes, cut
Right.
ties with it.
That's it.
Yeah, you just cut ties with it.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Nav, German. Eh? Oh, Germans have to ask you, say, how dangerous it is to burn candles in different color sequence.
It depends on what the intent is. The intent is what matters, because
Okay.
any burning of candle is bring into account intent. So usually prayer and intent. So therefore, what you speak, whenever you're burning a candle, there's always something that you read, right? And therefore you're calling upon the powers of tongue, the mouth, the word of mouth, and then coupled with the candle, which represents certain energy on a spiritual level, and you're activating that energy. So it depends on the intent, because black magicians also use candles, and they use
Mm-hmm.
various different color candles for various different purposes. The colors represent the energy that they want to manipulate. There are certain categories of energy on a spirit level, where red represents something and one type of energy, yellow represents another, orange represents another, right? So colors carry.
So what if you mix two wrong color together?
Well, if you don't know what you're doing, and
Yeah.
again, if this could be inconsequential, as in no consequences, depending on what the person's intent is.
All right, now
Because
hold at a minute.
if
Hold at a minute. Make we take another call. All right. Hello.
I heard reading this.
Empire.
Yeah, caller. Go ahead.
I'm having the same problem as the first caller with money, and I think what really happened to me before, because I'm young and I've been a womanizer, and I think that has something to do with my karma, because I could never keep any money at all, and yeah, I have a real issue, and I know it's not normal because I could never save money no matter what I do, So I'm trying to right my wrongs. And I feel like I hurt a lot of people, and it's kind of really bad.
Yeah.
All right, Nav. You hear him, Nav?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm hearing him. So, what's his name? What's your name there?
Tori.
Repeat.
Corey.
Corey. All right, Corey. All right. Yeah. What do you have? You have anything for him, hon? What do you have for him?
Mm-hmm. Corey has been busy for real. Corey need a purification.
Yes. So my wife says that you have been busy for real. You need a purification.
It hasn't. It hasn't. No, really stopped. He's still doing his thing. But let's not. We're not here for judgment. We're just here to assess the situation and see which best way we can assist him.
All right.
Alright? So
All right.
let me just can I give me 1 minute and let me see.
All right. So give us a moment. Let me take a look.
Okay.
But what are the guidelines that he wants to find out if he can probably just in the meantime, what does he want to achieve? What how he see
All right.
himself
So
spiritually?
so 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 Corey, what do you
Hmm.
What do you understand about
I
these
feel
things?
like, okay, so I feel like along the way, I heard somebody, I don't know who it is, can't remember, I don't know what, but the way how things were happening to me, I could tell like something is wrong, you know. So I feel like somebody put something on me, you know.
Okay, so you think there's something, going on with you. You think what? You think someone did you something?
Like in the sense where I think I broke so many hearts and the tears and all that with other people. I feel like, you know, it creates something, or I don't know if it's in my mind, but
Oh, I see what's going
something
on
is
here.
wrong.
I see.
He's feeling, you call this a feedback loop, what is happening to him. He's feeling the heartbreak of the spirits that is on him because he was not purified or aware of the consequences of having multiple partners. So whatever they're experiencing is like a karma around him.
You understand? Yeah.
Right?
All right. All right. So
tell Corey, there are many spirits that are attached to you. I'm counting. Let me count.
Yes.
1, 2, 3,
Yes.
4,
Huh?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Corey, I hold you up in that, you know, man.
Yeah, man.
I know, man. I've been a dog.
And there is also, unfortunately, Corey, a fallen angel that is attached at your feet. You sit on top of a fallen angel. It's like that's it's pulling your energy from your from your root down. And
Right.
from the root, as into your torso,
yeah.
from your hip,
Mm.
the whole hip, around your hip region, going down.
So they're showing me also is reproductive system here is test they call them testes.
Yeah.
Also that you'll be having issues in that area too as well as in not enough energy, you know?
Okay.
You're losing energy from that part as well because
Yeah, so you're
orgasm
losing a lot of energy from your testes,
sexual
from your
energy.
sexual regions, right?
Yes, because it has been
Yeah.
So
depleted
it's
a lot.
depleted.
It's activated.
That is something I
Depletion.
used to do a lot. So, you know, I could understand where you guys are coming from in that sense.
I explain men with ejaculation, losing
All
their
right.
chi.
So let me explain something here again about the role of sex and sexual energy. The spirit in us, or the energy in us, that keeps us alive and is responsible for our upliftment and happiness and our protection. And when we're filled with spirit, or the spirit of God, we say there's different terminology for spirit, but the way I'm using spirit is I'm talking pure spirit. It's a current, right? When this current becomes impure, it becomes impure for different reasons. It can become impure in that pure spirit becomes anger. Pure spirit becoming the spirit of anger. Pure spirit can become the spirit of jealousy. It is pure spirit that becomes converted or changed into different side of spirit. Now, the spirit of lust is again one more of those particular kind of spirit. That energy that it have a mind of its own, and it will want to partake in that act. Once you get caught into that spirit can come onto you in any way. If it come in from the outside or whenever it joined you, probably in younger years or at some point, that spirit make its way into you, and it begins to
Right.
contaminate your pure. It begins to contaminate your spirit. As that contamination gets more increased, gets stronger and stronger, and you start partaking more and more in that act. Again, it's a way for you to lose your energy. The biggest way people lose energy is through orgasms.
Something is depleting
And
from
let me
your
explain
body.
something about what I mean by orgasms, right? Because too frequent orgasms for anyone, it is your spirit, you're giving your spirit. Because every time there's an orgasm, your body, your mind, and your consciousness says, "Oh, this is birth that I am giving, so I need to give my life force, the force of life, to create that birth. If you're giving that force and a life is not being created, that's just energy being wasted. You're giving your spirit away. So consequently, once our spirit becomes weak, when our spirit becomes weak, you cannot sustain that bright energy shield around us. We are in an egg, a cocoon, an aura. Once we become weak, that aura becomes easy to open or to fracture, and it can allow things in, evil, spirits in. So as your brother would say, people call them dopey or demons. These things, you open the door through, we call it ungodly acts.
You're breaking up a little, but I'll just rewatch the live. It's fine.
All right. So,
but the question I have is like, what should I do, like, in sense of to fix it? Because I that's a serious problem for me, because, and I know it is, because throughout the years, even from high school, I had like, because I'm kind of like a very attractive person, so I never had a problem with women, and like now I'm a little older and I could see it's affecting me, because it kind of become a habit to me. But I cut down a lot, but still I know it's no good, because I know it's a transfer of energy. So I'm trying to figure out a way how I can fix that.
Okay, so
there's something also that is depleting, and this is very. There's something that has been.
Well, I'm going to answer you. I'm hearing what my wife is saying at the same time.
He's putting away money towards something from the past, but it is like it seems like it is either he's investing in something from the past, but every money that he has is going into this thing. It's actually pulling away his money. I don't know if it's something that he's freely giving or investing in, or it's something that he don't have a choice. But I see a lot of money heading towards this one particular thing. I can't tell you what it is right now, and it is something that either
that's my current girlfriend.
What? Money make woman have manners, boy.
Right.
Because that changed me a lot too, because I thought it could have happened, but I kind of like come down to earth, and I have kids, and I'm trying to do better as a person.
I understand, brother. So
I know it might seem like a bad thing, but I never have the same experience as a regular guy, because I move, I moved a little different. Like, for instance, not to bossy, but just in high school, I had like 8 girlfriends just in high school, so I know there's a lot to do with like sex and that type of energy. So I really don't know like who I hurt along the way, and all the tears and cry, because I never really have emotions like that the way how I grew up. And I was a little heartless.
Corey, let me just say something here, that you don't beat up on yourself too much, my dear, because I see a lot of strength in you. There's a lot of strength in you, and for a person to openly admit about certain things from their past, that takes a lot of strength. So give yourself some credit. I think you're beating on yourself too much.
Right. Because
you're already forgiven from the heart. The moment that you talk about something is you releasing it from yourself. You understand? Yes.
So with all like the doppies on me, what I need to do to get rid of them? Because I'm someone that is enough time. Enough time. I like, not to cut you, but enough time I fall asleep and I feel like thing box me, or like like the same thing as like paralysis. Like the other day I was sleeping and I feel like I got a sleep paralysis, but it wasn't a normal way it hold me down. It was pulling me away from my body. I don't know what that meant, and I kind of had to fight to keep like my spirit in.
All right.
So I
So I'm
know,
gonna.
I don't know.
So let me answer. Let me answer the question here now. So is it what you need to do right away if you want to be break free from this? And anyone that is dealing with sex demons or lustful spirits, what we have to do is to stop feeding them. For people who are dealing with
Good.
severe cases of this, the best means of this is to start break this bond is celibacy.
Yes.
Refrain from sexual activity for a
Right.
long period of time. I don't know how long that might be for whoever it is. When you're feeding, when we're feeding certain energy
Mm.
us with spirits, a thread can get fatter and fatter and fatter. It can get bigger. The longer a thread or a
Right.
cord that an entity or energy is feeding from you with, the longer that cord is there, you can tell the age of that cord because it will be bigger. In the spirit world, you'll see it as a big thread. You can say, whoa, and you'll see the entity in fat. I want trunk duppy. All right? So the first thing you have to do, you have to cut that thread, break the connection by stop feeding that energy. And we feed that energy through orgasms and through partaking in sexual activity. So there were certain things taught, and there's multiple ways to do it. First of all, there's multiple ways to do it. I would say step one, to truly get rid of this, we'd have to refrain from sexual activity for a very long time. Then at the second, we have to refill ourselves with no, we have to re-nourish ourselves with meaning and purpose in our lives. Meaning and purpose very important. What it is that you love, what it is that you care about, and divert your interest into something that is more than you can give a cause to. Pretty much like what me and my wife here are doing, right? We're giving ourselves to our cause. This is something that it's not just a subject or a topic for us. We understand what is going on in the world today, and it's bigger than many people understand. I hope one day we can get into a lot of the elements of what we're talking about here. But everyone have how I put it. Everyone is important, right? Let's put first of all, everyone is important. Everyone that is dealing with sex demons and these kind of spiritual warfare, all of you are important. All of us are important in this, and we have to take care of ourselves. We have to begin to take care of ourselves so that we can come out of these stagnant places, right? And the way to break free, we have to begin to protect our spirit. Again, mind, body, and spirit. Take care of the body, take care of the mind, and take care of the spirit. When you start to raise your energy, that current inside of you, and it becomes stronger, your aura begins to stretch out, reach out. Your aura gets stronger, and that cocoon, that an energetic shell that
Hold
should
on.
be
I
around
tell him,
you.
hold on, hold on. I tell him that
Uh,
the guys are suggesting that we really there's a lot of stagnant energy there. Like it's so heavy I can't start.
all right. So my wife also says that to tell you there's a lot of where you live, there's a lot of stagnant energy around you.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
I believe that. That is
All right.
true.
All right. So here's
It's
another
always
element
been
to
on
that.
point, and I appreciate it. But I'm gonna try to get a personal reading from you guys.
All right. So here's the thing again. There's many ways to come at it, and this is why when we work with people personally, we can set like a guideline for some people to begin
Yeah,
to
but
get a
can't use the
footing
word saying
to start
outright
with this,
like
because
on
not everything we can say outright out in public, right? So I can just say generally for people to understand how to break free, you you got to fight the fight in your mind. The lustful energies, the sexual thoughts, they come in here. A spirit conquer you in your mind. When they conquer in your when this one, they enter into your body and then they attempt to conquer your mind. When they conquer your mind, then gain access to your spirit. That's how it works. So
Mhm.
challenge them from the mind. Say no.
Okay.
This is for everyone. say no. Literally, when you're feeling those thoughts and you're feeling those urges, those are the spirits, those are the demons that are at work.
The next thing that we should that people need to educate themselves on is the power of sex. It can
The
be
power
good
of
and can
sex,
be
right?
bad.
People really need to
Because we don't want
understand
to demonize
sex.
sex as sex is
Not
all
that we're
bad.
demonizing sex. We love to talk about sex. We love to talk about healthy sex and how to have sex properly and
And
how
the
it
right
was
sex,
meant to be had.
he can
How
with
you
what
can have
he
sex
wants, with what he
that
wants.
uh-huh.
Sex can bring him to that height of spirituality, doing it the proper way. Sacred sexuality, divine sex between a man and a woman.
Right.
Right? Not multiple partners, but
Right.
between you and when you go.
Because you're sharing your energy with too many people.
Exactly.
You're being divided. Right?
He's been
A man and a woman, when they exchange together, if you ever, you know the yin and the yang sign, you know the yin and yang sign. So a man and a woman energize each other. I will put it this way: a man and a woman causes everlasting life. A man and a woman can partake in sex in such a way that that current, the fire and water. I put it this way: fire plus water creates consciousness. Man is fire, woman is water. Fire and water creates consciousness, it creates spirit, it creates that current. So sex is the way to replenish our spirit. Because sex is love, sex in love. Love feeds the spirit. Sex also feeds the spirit, but the sex has to be guided by the force of love. So when two people come together, the heart is involved. When the heart is involved in sex, you're now generating a current. And if you don't eat that fruit, like they say in Adam and Eve, why the fall happened, you lose tremendous energy when you eat that fruit. And to eat that fruit means to have the orgasm. When you eat that fruit, you lose tremendous amount of energy. And if you keep losing that energy, and if you keep losing that energy with many different people, then you're creating a very let's say karmic situation where it's hard to get out of how you're gonna feel. You're gonna left you drained and empty, and then spirits are gonna come in. Lots of spirits are gonna come in because they see that. Oh, they say, hey, that one here give enough energy, man. Look how much energy that one here give. Then line up. Then literally line up for that energy. So we have to stop feeding them. That's number one. Then number two, we have to fight them in the mind, telling them no and pray against them. Use our words against them. There are certain prayers that work specifically against protecting your mind and protecting yourself from a spiritual attack. Right? Uh, there are things that you can do. Shower, baths that you can take. Burning sulfur. Sulfur is very, very powerful. Right? Eating, you can eat garlic as well. Garlic is a very simple way what people can do. I'm telling you, very, very simple way everybody can do. Eating garlic. Because lustful spirits live in your stomach. Majority of spirits that people have it gonna be in your stomach. Garlic, the sulfur and garlic eradicate them. Burn sulfur as well. Get your hands, your palm, and you can also, there's plenty of things that can be burned. Again, these are stuff we can get into. People can Google these things and what to burn in order to cleanse your aura and your energy. So just learn about these things. Do your research, do some reading because the knowledge is there. There's a lot of knowledge there today about what you can do. So all you need, like, you just need somebody to confirm what's going on. So if a person get a reading and then confirm what's going on and say, all right, this is witchcraft or this is a whole heap of dopey or spirit, they can begin to heal themselves and clear themselves because the knowledge we're giving is purposely for people to understand and heal themselves.
And one more question: there is no like dumpy or like obi on me, right? Because that same cobweb thing, I feel it before because I'm 6'6", so I feel it in my face all the time. So I'm just thinking I'm tall. So I don't know if it could be because of that.
Some things have to say.
Mm-hmm. So you want to talk? Okay, so my wife wants to work with you. So this one will be private, so we can work with you as well. She can. So Omar, you can send him the number, right?
All right, I will.
All right. All right.
All right, General.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself.
Big up Empire. We watch
They said there's a fallen
Enough
angel
respect,
within.
my
I hear me
boys.
not saying a fallen angel.
Hey, Nav.
Yeah. Yes,
Hey,
brother.
me silent to know about the comment them. Me I go and watch the comment them.
Uh-huh.
Fishing in Jamaica no easy. You know, yes, when they say a while ago, say eat that fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
The
Okay.
subscriber them
I
my best.
understand.
Big up for yourself. But hey, love is support. When they say eat that fruit a while ago, your boss ball out and say eat.
Well, I hope people don't misunderstand me when I say eat that fruit. You know, I'm not stopping anyone from eating. I'm speaking allegorically here. All right.
Alright,
So
so
people need to understand this. If you're having too many orgasms, you're gonna open the door to lustful spirits and sex demons and all these things. That's what is
yeah.
causing the problem.
Alright. So alright guys, so we are take some more phone calls right now. Don't be afraid to call in. You don't have to call in and give your personal name. You can give a little alias. Then you can see your name banana tree, you can see your name platinum tree, still you get your reading. Alright? 876-235-0641. That's the number to call, guys. Well, we are telling you, hey, subscriber to my best over here. So only for comments, me see a fly around on one part, you know. Even when you say too much orgasm is not good, I see someone comment and say the guys, them we have them fist need to cut down to one time a day. So
One time a day is too much.
too much.
3 months pension.
Right.
So
People
I have
need
to
to
go one
learn
time a
about
month.
one time, right? Exactly. So people need to
All
learn
right, so
how to
no,
do semen
here.
retention.
So now, all
Semen
right.
retention important.
I did a vlog the other day, all right? With
Yes.
this guy that tell me that him coming from selling him produce at the market, and him went on a short coconut tree to pick 2 jelly for drinking at night. And him say,
Yeah.
when him climb the jelly tree, the moon did a shine. So him see 2 big wing walk up so over him. And the thing when describe to me, I go describe it to you and you tell me if that's a fallen angel or what the other one name? A gargoyle. Alright, him saying see the thing literally fly out of the tree, you know. But you must say the ears them long and pointed. And down at the foot where the instep is was about this tall. So you think that was a fallen angel or that was a goblin or what?
Well, so okay, so first thing to say about fallen angels. Fallen angels can masquerade as anything. They can take on whatever form they want. So it could be a fallen angel. I'm not I can't speak on that account. But just for it just for, in general, fallen angels can take on forms. A cat, a rat, a bat, any sort of form. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh regarding the entity, yeah, definitely there's many spiritual entities in the spirit world, and that particular one sounds to be a gargoyle. I've definitely seen gargoyles and imps. People have seen the gnomes, the fairies, uh, um, other bizarre looking creatures, spiders, a lot of spiders, octopus looking creatures. They float. Octopus that float. They swim. You see them and they look like them swimming in the air. Creatures that swim in the air, spirits. So how understand it this way? Spirits of the air, spirits of the earth. It's an earth spirit, or a wind spirit, or a water spirit, or a fire spirit. The elemental spirits, elementals, right? So most of the things you'll see in a spirit world are elementals. Right? It's the term how we refer to them, right? I know everything are dopey. I don't know everything mess at want if we have anything to do with people. And not everything is a vampire. We know of the bad, but the bad is a really small portion in the spirit world. As in to say, there's a there is there's not so many of the predators compared to the ordinary entities and spiritual forms that are quite normal and then go about their business and do their own thing. Spiritual creatures in the spirit world, right? Uh, so majority of the spiritual problem today, what is happening is we ourselves can engender and create these forms as spirits. For example, males, men, you create you create this succubus. Men engender and create the succubus. When we watch porn and we masturbate at porn, are we engage in lust? That spirit of lust, in the moment of partaking in that feeling, we're generating a force. And that force is going out, is leaving our body, and it is part of our spirit. Anything that we do in our heart, in our heart and our minds, right? We're creating something. We're wielding force because we wield the force of God. If we mistreat the forces within us, we will create devils and very evil spirits and dark spirits. The spirit of anger is created out of anger. There's somebody that turns into wrath, they're generating anger. If you see into their chest, they literally release out of them chest a force, a spirit of anger. So a new spirit is born. And that spirit of anger now roams around and looking for more angry people because the spirit of anger must find anger. It must find its kind. And it's the same thing with lustful energy. When you generate lustful energy, that lustful energy not only goes out, but it is still you, it's still attached to you, it is your spirit. And that spirit, when you nurture that lust, when that lust grow and grow and grow, that lust opens its eye and it's now a living spirit of lust. It's a succubus. Men create succubus, women create incubus. All right.
All
So
right, so the one, but you have one of
many
them
a
where
demons.
you have one of
Uh-huh.
them now where have sex with both male and female. Or which one the one there?
Oh, those are demons, and those are not. So there are multiple things that will have sex with people. I will rape people. But definitely fallen angels and demons will do that. Demons don't choose. Demons just want energy. You see, a demon is a different entity unto itself. It might have been at one point a person. That people can become demons. You literally can lose your soul and become a demon. And the a demon is basically when you've lost all your light, right? And you're now a force of darkness. When the spirit, because the spirit is always a substance. When the spirit loses its current, the spirit still exists. It just doesn't have any current, any force. It's now darkness. If it loses all its current, it also lose rationality and lose the mind of it loses its rational mind. So homosexuality now is something that, not even say homosexuality, the correct term would be he has no choice. There's nothing. A man or woman, he will have sex with a man or woman purposely for his energy. You see, fallen angels, the thing about fallen angels is that fallen angels have good consciousness about what they're doing. Very good consciousness. Majority of fallen angels are magicians who are black magicians who have perfected themselves in the spirit world, right? And and as you hear of fallen angels, most people don't realize that fallen angels can also be in a physical form, right? Angels are among us. Angels walk among us in physical form, right? And so do fallen angels walk among us in physical form, right? There's many things going on in the spirit world. When we have the eyes to see it, we realize what is going on and we will be appalled. But, well, yeah.
All right. So we have one question I'm gonna ask you and it come like it split me. But remember it later on in the program. All right, guys. So call in.
Right.
Me just see a viewer say the number I got to voicemail. You can try and call again. 876 235 0641. That's the number to call. All right, so you can call in and interact with Nav.
All right. So what
All
time
right,
is it?
Nav, hold on.
10.
Carlene, we have a message. Carlene say, what can you do to remove a spirit set on you by someone?
All right. So there are many different answers to this. There's many different levels to this. Some basic ways to do this is curse breaking or spell breaking, right? Which would be candle. People call these reversible candles. These are simple ways you can do it. Prayer and through lighting a candle. Now, the purpose of lighting a candle is for the fire, because the spirit, the closest thing to the spirit or to pure spirit is fire and water. Fire and water is for purifying, right? And through utilizing and through learning how to utilize water and fire together, one may heal their spirit. Because your spirit is a substance, and fire and water is the closest thing that behave like your spirit. If you notice how your spirit is a kind of fire, as we say, the spirit of man is like fire, and the spirit of woman is like water. These are two main types of spirit. Before you talk about any other kind of spirit, like how that spirit behaving, right? This is a complete operation how this thing work. So, right. So if when we're getting in, when a healer is getting in into working with somebody to heal them, we're gonna say, okay, what kind of spirit is bind to this person? Ordinarily, it might be an elemental. Now, if that elemental is an element of the earth, now how do you treat earth spirit, earth elemental, the spirit of the earth, right? An evil earth spirit then. You cleanse it with water. Water washes away, right? You wouldn't use fire because you cannot burn the earth away, but water washes the earth away. And so you can follow me here. So you discern what type, if you get an, discern what kind of spirit it is. It's going to be one of four elements: water, fire, air, earth. And you use the element that corresponds to this one. So most people go to the ocean. If you don't know whichever it is, do all of them. Do a salt bath, or do a garlic bath, right? You can burn fire, use fire plus prayer, and again, all of these things can be complemented with prayer. Your mouth, use the spoken languages, the spoken words. Call upon forces, call on the angels.
All right,
They
now
do respond.
stick a pin right there. Like how you mentioned bath. That me don't have to ask you about. So all right, like a person gonna do a cleansing bath. Is it okay to do the cleansing bath anytime, or you have a specific time where you have to do it?
You have to do a fasting first.
Well, it can be done at any time, but there are some times that are the best times, right? So let me tell people about how to understand clearing, right? Or tell people how to do a clearing. One have to understand mind, body, and spirit. Again, keep focus on that. There are three parts to us: our mind and our body and our spirit. When the first layer of problem, or if there's a problem in our spirit, problem in our body, long time before there's a problem in the spirit. So if you treat the body through detoxification, detox the body of impurities, purify the body, go on a fast, eat eat and consume things that will eradicate toxins from the body, right? Because toxins carry spirit too as well. The food that we eat, there's spirit in food. Food have a certain type of spirit, and when that spirit accumulate inside of your body, that consequently that spirit is going to find its way in your mind, and then it's going to attack you in the mind through anger, through irritation, through bitterness, through jealousy. Spirit work on our case, then work on us through our mind, and then use negative emotions. They will make you feel angry for no reason at all, or if you lick a bit of things, they make you feel angry, hopeless. Um, uh, you name it. Any negative sort of emotions, there's gonna be spirits involved, right? So To get back to your question, rephrase the question because I want to wrap this up. Rephrase the part of your
Yeah,
question and then wrap this up.
about the cleansing, to know if you can do a cleansing at any given time or is a specific time to do it.
All right. So so people can approach this way. Try this. I would recommend people to try this and try it for 30 days. Detox the body, cleanse the body, and notice how your situation change. Because when something pollutes you, it is also in the body. If something is in your spirit, if there's a spirit harassing you, that spirit is also in your body, right? It gets to your body, gets to your mind before it can get to your spirit. So if you purify the body, you're weakening the hold that that spirit have on you in your
All right,
mind.
now make we take another call and then we can continue. All right.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
Hello. Good night.
Hello?
Yeah, night.
Yeah, we close off in the next 15 minutes. All right, yes, sure. 11.
Hello?
Yeah. Good night. Go ahead.
Hey, good night.
Good night. This is Kelly.
Yeah. What are you doing, Kelly?
Kelly. All right, good night,
Yes, I'm
Kelly.
listening to your show.
Yeah. And what can we do for you tonight, now, Kelly?
Yes, I've been dealing with, I was listening to quite a few people. The sleep paralysis, sexual demons, and also witchcraft.
You having problem with any of them?
Yes.
All right. Now, if you're showing, take it away.
That's definitely.
All right. You can go ahead and ask Nav any question you want to ask him.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
so
wanted to
what
ask him about this witchcraft thing with family members and soul tie.
You want to
what's
know
the
about
question?
witchcraft with family members and soul tie.
Okay.
Because basically, like, when you grow up as a child and the adult tell you, don't do this, that's wrong. And in your mind, you're like, okay, you keep quiet. But I noticed that something took place in the house. The older individual was wrong, and I got punished for it. Now, moving forward, I'm much more older, but I realized that that side of the family, they they're very big on their image. So even though I didn't do something wrong, I still have a very strange feeling that my aunt tied me down as a young child. So whatever she tied to me continued to grow and grow and grow until now it's like I lost control.
I don't mean to be smiling here because I'm listening to you, but I'm smiling because uh, I've, what's your name?
Kelly.
Repeat your
Kelly,
name there.
Kelly,
Is that name Kelly?
Yeah,
Kelly?
Yeah.
Kelly has 2 psychic wounds right through her body, in her energetic body.
All right. So my wife is giving you a reading right now, and she's reporting to me
Okay,
that
thank
you've
you.
got you have 2 psychic wounds.
Straight through her cause it was from a family member.
It was from a family member.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Straight through her.
Straight through her.
It's like it wounded her. Probably
Okay.
it happened even physically too, because I've seen 2 wounds went straight through her.
Wounds.
Yes.
Nav, make wifey come up to the phone and talk, man. She don't have to show herself, but she can come up and talk.
No, okay. Good night, Kelly. As I don't really like to be on camera, but anyway, what I'm seeing here, Kelly, is that I see 2 psychic wounds, and psychic wounds are attacks in the spirit body,
Mm-hmm.
and it was caused from. But I'm not seeing one family member. I'm seeing 2 family member, one on your right and one on your left. The one, let me see if it's a male or female. That's a male.
There's a
I'm
male.
not seeing a female. Yes. And that attack came from a male, and it was 2 wounds straight through from the shoulder straight down. And that wound is an energetic wound. That wound is in the spirit, so it will manifest in the body as well. But they showed me two. It's like somebody threw a sword through you, and it went right. It went right through you.
So
Yeah.
where are those points?
The points are from. Let me see.
Because depending on where those points are in the spirit, in the physical, you'll feel some form of sensation from time to time in that area.
Torso.
Yeah, that is true.
In the torso.
Torso?
Yeah.
Torso.
Torso. The next one is. Let me see which one. Where's the next one? Lower body. So from the mid torso down to the lower torso. So two is like they're diagonal. So they just shoot right through her.
Oh, so it's more like an enter and exit.
An enter and an exit. Right.
Okay, so we're familiar with these kind of assaults as well. Spears and swords. So in the spirit, you can be attacked with weapons. Spirit, we would call them etheric or energetic weapons, spiritual weapons, right? So a spiritual spear, a sword, a hook, a knife, almost practically anything can be used as a weapon. And so my wife is reporting that she is seeing this in your energy, in your aura. And
but whosoever did this, let me tell you something, Kelly. Whosoever did this, they got back the attack because when they send that blow towards her, they got it back.
Right.
Because if she don't deserve it, them get hit with it, that's karma,
Right.
Because if you send a blow to a person that is innocent,
that is one of the consequences.
Exactly.
Of we're using.
You're sending
black
a blow
magic.
back to yourself.
Right. So black magic. Those who use black magic know very well that they can't just attack anyone with black magic because that will return. You see that shield, that aura around you that we're talking about. That when you have sufficient force inside your body, when you have sufficient spirit energy, you'll have a shield around you. And it will repel things that don't belong to you.
But it didn't repel her.
It didn't repel.
It got through her and got to him. So it seems like there was something happened where they sent a blow, but somehow there was some karma involved or conflict. Where when they sent the blow, it hit her.
I kept getting into accident that I almost died. In the physical.
In the physical. Okay, so such a blow will happen in the physical.
I dream it and then it happens.
Okay, so tell me where in the body did you got hit in the accident?
In the accident, I had hit my head and I hit my knee.
You hit your knee. Okay, I'm seeing it in the mid torso and in the lower torso. Two, like like a flash of light just went right through her. Two blows. So
it's two blows.
Two blows, man. Two blows, man.
Not only that, a couple years ago, 2018, I was in my bedroom, and I thought I woke up. I was getting up to go to the restroom, and I see like 100 bullets just going through the window, and it went past my stomach. It missed me by an inch. And I said, what the hell?
100 what?
I tried to get up, but I couldn't get up. I was very heavy. And then when I really finally got up, I said, wait, that was a dream. And I had that dream twice, but the bullet never touched me. It was over my stomach. But it looked very real as how I could see you guys.
Right.
So that blow that you got is through, it went through her. But okay. We said, how many bullets were there, Kelly? Can you remember in the dream?
It was like 100 bullets.
Okay, and you said did one pass through? Did one pass near to you? How many passed near to you? Like you said, okay, you got hit. You would think that you got hit by
M16. How many? It carry like maybe 50 to 100 bullets in it, like an M16.
But I'm only seeing two, like two.
A lot of bullets just kept flying past me, but it never touched me.
Whoa. So this might be what this is.
It's a psychic. But the wounds are still there because even though in the dream, she never got hit. The whole dream was her. It was her aura. Remember that we're multidimensional. So she did get a psychic wound. That dream is to indicate that something wrong. Somebody shot at her.
All right. So
Yes.
not not all dreams translate well. So let's put it this way: everyone receives their revelation differently. So your dream is for you to
Mhm.
understand. Another person may have had the same experience, the same circumstance, but get receive different visions in their dreams to show them that, right? So what my wife is describing is what she's seeing, the assault that you receive in the spirit, and that dream is an indicator of that assault
Psychic wounds.
or
Yeah. So
psychic wounds.
there's some
But
the family member, my aunt and her
from
daughter.
family member.
I
Yeah, two.
saw them with a lot of snakes around them, and in the dream she said that
Ah,
good. I can't come
all
near them,
right,
but it was a lot of snakes. And
all
how I
right.
got out the dream, the snakes fell off. I was standing under a tree, and they were standing in front of their house. And the snake fell on my right shoulder, and that's how I woke up. There was a lot
Ask
of
her if she
snakes,
feel
flat snakes.
extremely tired.
All right.
Ask her if she feel like she's lacking energy. Or ask her if you feel like there's no motivation to move towards. Kelly,
All right.
are
So
you
ask her
feeling
then.
like you're not feeling motivated, like you feeling stagnant
Yeah, I
around you?
just lost my mom, and I dream things. So whatever I would dream, I would tell her, and I was trying to get
Mm-hmm.
her away from the family, and it didn't work
Mm-hmm.
out in my best interest. So my mom ended up passing away 3 months ago, and I separate myself from the family entirely because I've
Mm-hmm.
seen the death
Mm-hmm.
of my loved ones, and then it happened.
Okay. All right. Kelly, there are other things that are there as well that is that's surrounding you. And I know when these energies or spirits are surrounding you, they're gonna cause a lot of complications. And I see where there is a
Right.
spirit that has been spiraling around you. It's like a cloud. And whenever I see stuff like this, I know that it will cause the
Yes,
person to not have certain motivation, a lot of
right.
procrastination, not feeling to move towards
That's true.
something. A lot of things come in play, like laziness, feeling unmotivated. All of these things come up, because you feel like it's even before your mother passed away. There's this energy was around you at all time. It was always there.
A
It
long
has been
time,
there
a
for a
long,
while.
long time.
Yes. So you are, and I don't want this to sound scary, but you
Mhm.
are actually. I'm seeing you standing up because a lot of people when they're bound,
Mhm.
they're lying horizontal. They're on the floor. They can't move. What I see,
Right.
you have
Yeah.
not reached that stage yet, my dear. But there is a force that is spiraling from your toes straight up to your head, and it is
Yes.
if you don't act on it right now, it's gonna tie you because it's continues trying to wrap itself around you. And once it tries to,
Yes.
if it gains enough energy and strength from you, because it's stealing your energy in the meantime, you're going to be on the floor next. So it's good
Well,
enough.
that
It's
happened
good that you,
already. That happened
yes,
already. I couldn't move for 3 days, but I ended up praying and praying and praying. So I said, what the hell
right,
is really going on?
right. And then what's gonna happen to you? You're gonna have a lot of sleep paralysis
Wow.
because this entity going to merge itself with you and cause you to have sleep issues.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling like you sit down, you can't get up. Feeling like you can't get up in the morning because
No, I'm
it's
always
stealing your
tired.
your strength.
I
So
always tired ever since I was 5. As I was
yeah.
explaining to your husband that I saw my cousin do something very bad, and I was
Mm-hmm.
so young. I didn't know how to explain it. I called to go for help. The individual told me that life is not a but a dream, and then I fell asleep. And the next morning, when I went back to help the
Mm-hmm.
young lady, my aunt threw her out the house and lied. But
Yeah.
being at that age, I heard her when she said she went to some other guy, and it's like she switched my fate with her older daughter. And what I could remember what she said, it makes sense because everything I get a lot of blessings. but then I lose it. And then I find myself in a lot of trouble. And
You're
it's
the
almost
same
the same thing
circumstance
for
in
her
Sweden.
daughter. Her daughter got her wishes, got her blessings, but her life is stagnant.
I see. So,
They're very overachieving, but I don't really pay attention to them. But I just find it very weird that you will punish me for your son.
Right.
we understand.
Yeah, but
We
there's
understand.
always
And
this
they
tied
tried
up
to
with
kill me when I was
with
younger.
family members. That's what I see in a lot of tied up with family members, and you just have to psychologically cut these ties with these family members. As you already done that, but the force of them is still around you. Their energy is still surrounding you, and
Wow.
you can see yourself from that completely.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
Thank you.
So,
so that's that.
all right. You have any other question?
Alrighty. Hmm?
If you have any other questions,
Basically, how would I get out of this spiral with them? Because I am trying my hardest to stay away from them.
All right. So let
Because
me
it
give you
seems
a
like
technique.
I
I'm
have a
gonna.
gift
This is
from
that.
both sides
So
of
all right.
my
So let me
mom
share.
and my father. My father, I don't know that much, but my mother, yes.
So let me
Because
share a
my
technique with people
grandma
about.
could read people and knew who was coming to our house, know what you're wearing, know your name, and stuff like that. So my dreams is similar to that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you should be able to sense certain energies on you and remove them. And
Right.
whenever a person has certain gifts, they're the most attacked.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I was about to suggest that she sounds gifted.
Mm-hmm.
This kind of attack is very the kind of
Mm-hmm.
attacks that you experience, right? We know the
Yes.
elements of it, and we can tell that you are gifted certain ways, and that's why you're under these kinds of attacks. Many of what you've said parallel my experience. Many of your experience,
Mm-hmm.
I've had those experiences, and my wife has had those experiences as well. So
Okay.
when we're saying to you that you have certain gifts and this is why you receive a special kind of attention from certain forces, that's the reason. So
Okay.
so
But your wife is she definitely right about it. It's a guy because
all right.
um when I was a bit younger, I did have a dream before my grandfather died, and I was in the dream. It's like I was going to some funeral, and I had on
Mm-hmm.
all white. I saw two dark skinned guys, and my brother. They told me, don't drive that way. We're going to take you the other way to go to the cemetery. So I said, sure, no problem. I follow them and they take me through the woods. And in the dream, I see that I'm bleeding. There's a lot of blood. And they stab me in my stomach
Hmm.
and cut up my leg. So fast
What?
forward now. When I was younger, I was
Uh-huh.
like, what kind of dream is that? Maybe I need to stop eating at night or stop smoking marijuana, right? So I don't pay no mind. But then I have one more dream of my granddad and what he had on. And when he died, the exact clothes he had on was the same clothes he had in the dream. So
Mm-hmm.
then I started to get nervous because I was supposed to fly and then go to the funeral. But
Right.
then when I went to the airport, I noticed my brother was sitting down with the two dark skinned guys that I saw in the dream 10 years back. So I said, hell no, I'm not going to go to this funeral because something don't feel right. I end up start shaking. My hands turn cold as ice, clammy. My heart start beating fast. And I was standing on the line, and once he saw that I was nervous, he tried to grab at me. But because there was cops there, he went on the plane and I left. And ever since I left, I have never went back around my brother. And that's my mother's son. He has a different father. And it's funny, she did say she see it, the blow going through my stomach and my lower
Mm-hmm.
torso. I saw them raping me in the dream, but physically it
Uh,
didn't manifest.
But they're still there, Kelly. The wounds are still there.
I see.
The wounds it's still there. It's still in.
Well, we're gonna have to talk to you.
That was real. That stab, that job that they gave you in that dream was real.
Yeah, because after that it started. After what I saw with my brother, it really reverted my mind back to when I was younger. And the only thing that I could think of is what my aunt did. Because if she had just been honest and punished her son instead, some of this trouble would have had start. But you see,
Right.
she see a guy and a woman, and my sister and this guy was ahead of that. So there are little things that they did in the house. Now they can't keep it a secret because I'm like, well, it's kind of weird because I wasn't raised with you guys until later on. They grew up together in the same house with their dad until he died. So whatever magic he was teaching them, that's what they brought over here. So I'm like, well, these two, they act very, very different from me. Because if I do something wrong, I will admit to it and take the punishment. Them, they will never.
I understand.
Take that spirit.
All right. So,
How
Omar,
can what do you think?
what we're
A
gonna have
question
to do
on
is
go
because
fast.
what?
How can you heal psychically?
All right, Carla.
What
Thank you
does
very much for calling.
psychically?
All right. So Omar, you
Yeah,
can
and
send
continue go and
send
support the program.
you can send her our number
Thank
as
you.
well.
So me I'll give you the number. You can call them and talk to them. All right.
Right.
All right, cool. Thank you so
No,
much.
text
All
over
right.
WhatsApp. Text only.
Yeah,
For
text over
anybody
WhatsApp.
who receives the number, text only over WhatsApp.
All right, guys. So we have guests tonight. So we're not gonna keep Nav all night with us because you know Nav is a very busy man. Have a lot
Well,
doing.
we right. Right. So
Yeah, and
we like to give some time to this as well. So we can do this from time to time. All right.
yeah.
We can probably have a specific day where we do this kind of assistance and
All right.
what
No,
we call
well,
this a
no
live.
problem, you know.
Right.
And Nav soon start him own channel, guys. Cause you know me I push that. Every day my cousin to start the channel. Cause him have a lot
Right.
of things to talk about and
Right.
you know it only fear say you have the knowledge, so knowledge of
Right.
power.
Well,
So just you know,
as
make we
soon as
share it.
so as soon as you're ready, hon. Well, as soon as my wife is ready, because we work together, as you can see. I
I
can
know that.
explain. We explain. I explain the the dynamics, how this stuff works, so that
Yeah.
people can get an understanding of it, and then the proof that this is the way it works. Then my wife is right here to explain what is going on with that person, and their confirmation saying yes, this is what it is, shows that the theory and the knowledge all goes together.
Right. Right.
So true. All
All right.
right, guys. So enough love, enough respect, and thank you guys very much for tuning in and support the channel every time we go live. Trust me. You understand? I
Yes,
make
brother.
a hope.
And again, Omar, this is what you're doing. This is what you've initiated again, brother. Empire TV. This is powerful. You couldn't be doing anything better than this. I can't tell you any. I can't think of something more powerful than this. What you're doing right now, because it's going to reach a lot of people. This knowledge needs to get out there, and I think the the right people are working on it. And again, money is not a part of the equation.
No,
No,
Right.
no money.
none at all.
None at all. It's
None at all.
absolutely free. Free because we
Free,
want
free,
you to
free,
get out.
guys. See?
No
So
money at
just
all. Don't have to pay us any money.
no free.
And
Everything
there's
is free
nothing.
over there.
This
All
is
right.
everything has to do with your ability, and we want everybody to tap into
Right. We
their
want
spiritual
everyone to have
abilities.
their own abilities. Learn to get on the inside and feel their spirit and use their spirit to tell what's going on.
Right.
'Cause
All
we
right.
can
Now,
do it.
Nicole,
Everyone can
Nicole,
do it.
thank you very much for the reading. Then big up the fans, them. Big up the supporters, guys. And I feel elated right now if we reach 34,000 subscriber, almost hit 35,000 guys. So continue going to support the movements. See? Because we not stop, we just push and go through same way. See, then you're going to see a lot more of Nav. And when Nav wife ready to touch the camera, you guys will meet her. But until
Yes,
then,
I will.
see, walk good, talk good. And remember, a prayer a day keep the devil away. And Father God, thank you very much for the preservation of life. Life is indeed the greatest. All right? So, enough love. All
Step
right?
over, come over some more.
Now, you see how the powers
Yes.
work? Because we never know
Yes,
that could
brother.
happen.
Right.
Yeah, we never know. And guys, we
Right.
meet. Now when we come again, we're going to tell the people how we meet because
Yeah,
it's
how
a
we meet.
mystery.
Yeah, it's the
It's
powers that
definitely
work,
a
man. It's
mystery.
just you can imagine that.
It's
You
just
can
a
imagine
powers,
that
man.
right every day we
I
think
just
of it,
pause,
man, and I
guys.
see it. Yeah.
I just a pause, man. All right, so have
All
yourself a
right. So we're
wonderful
gonna say
night.
good night. We're gonna wrap up now. Gonna
All
get some
right, so
rest.
thank you guys very much for the support again. I love it.
All right. So you
See?
wanna
So
tell
enough love
people when
now.
you're putting on when you wanna tell them when we're doing this again, because this is
All
actually a
right.
good
So
follow up.
we're gonna have to choose a night. Like I don't know which night are the best night because I know you're very busy in and have.
Well, put it this way, my workload has cut down dramatically since we last talked. I haven't seen you in a while, brother. Come give me a.
I know.
But
Me not come so far with the goat. Then me come halfway today and turn back. So tomorrow definitely they go come pass
yes.
through.
All right. So most nights is good. Most night is good. I
Yeah,
can't
well,
say every night.
because
I would say we would need a break. We would need a
yeah,
break
because
because
listen, Nav, you see the fans
yes.
them over here, so them can't get enough of the live. But guess what, brother? Me tell them all loyalty is if you come and sit down in front of so much people, your energy have to right.
Right. Right.
See? Your energy have to right. It's not
Right.
easy. It's not an easy road.
Right.
You see
It
me?
does
So
take a lot of energy.
it
It
take
is
a lot of
strange, but you
energy.
can right. You can feel those people. Again, another quality of it. Those people looking at you through camera, they think that they're just watching a video, but they're
No.
you have to understand how the spirit world works. That energy is right there interacting with you. Right?
Yes.
That
Yes.
energy, a person looking at you, you can feel the attention. It's
Yes.
a force. You feel that force. And some of this energy can draw from your force because some people can pull your energy, right? Things can even move through your cameras. So
We
we say
know
our
that.
prayers even before coming online, just to
Yeah, always,
to
always, Nav,
shield certain
always,
right.
always. All right, guys.
Protect your
So
energy.
see you guys. So where say today one Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. Let's say it's Tuesday. We
All
can
right.
do this
So
again
guys, we are gonna have this program
Friday.
every Tuesday night. All right. So we can look out for it as of now.
All right. Our once a week is
And
good. It's best.
then Nav, I'm gonna start the channel by the next 2 weeks. So me definitely I'm gonna share out the first video. So you guys can go over there and learn a lot with Nav and his wife. All right, so Nav, have yourself a wonderful night. Peace. And
Yes,
thank you
brother.
very
Good
much
night.
again to
Good night
join up
to
on the
everyone.
program.
Of
All
course.
right?
All
All
right.
right, guys. So see you guys soon.
Okay, take care.